following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Miller Honda, Cox Holiday Professionals CPAs, the Brown Funeral Homes, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Marius Group at Ameriprise Financial, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Parsons Ford, Bechtel Jewelers, Procter & Gamble, PGCareers.com, WH Miller Systems, D&N Auto, The Mortgage Center, the Hagerstown Suns, Haas's Steak and Sea, Bears Repair, The Final Score, and Atlantic Security.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome in to P.O. Faulkner Park. It is the home of Martinsburg Bulldogs baseball, and for a third straight day, it is the site for tonight's broadcast action from the West Virginia State Class AAA Region 2 Section 1 tournament, as Martinsburg, the number 1 seed, will take on the 4 seed Musselman Appleman in an elimination game. For Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10 Sports, we welcome you into the Procter & Gamble broadcast booth. Procter & Gamble in Berkeley County is now hiring. Go to pgcareers.com to apply. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. Caleb Falero is our engineer at the studio. Our TV 10 cameraman is John Alderton. Well, Matt, it's deja vu all over again as this tournament got started on Tuesday with this exact same matchup. Martinsburg got the win in that one 5-2. It set up play yesterday, and Musselman staved off elimination with an 11-0 Mercy Rule shortened win at Spring Mills, while Martinsburg suffered a 4-0 loss at the hands of Hedgesville, and that puts us into play here today, where the winner moves on and the loser wraps up their season.
Yeah, 2 shutouts yesterday that both these teams were involved in, and each one of these teams involved in the opposite of the shutout. It was Martinsburg that really struggled at the plate. I thought Ashton Stobbs did enough to at least keep Martinsburg competitive in the game last night, but Chase DeLauder really had his stuff going for Hedgesville in the game last night. And for Musselman, it was a great effort by Caleb Warner. Was it 5 innings of work, only gave up 1 hit, and went on to the big 11-0 game. So it was a good game for them last night, so we'll see if Musselman tonight can keep the momentum they had from last night and see how Martinsburg rebounds, because there is no time to rest for the weary, if you will. If Martinsburg comes out and can't play inspired baseball tonight and plays flat like they did offensively last night, then they're going to start their off season at about 10 o'clock tonight.
Musselman coming in with 14 wins and 12 losses overall. They have won 3 of their last 5 of their last 7. You stretch it out over their last 12 games, and they're an even 6-6. And I think that's the thing that Coach Josh Hartman and his staff have been looking for out of this team. Can they win on a consistent basis? And when you look at the season, it's been win a few, lose a few. Can they put together back-to-back wins here tonight?
And they're going to need to, and they're going to need to put together a good string of wins if they want to find a way to win this sectional title. They're going to have to go out and beat Hedgesville 2 times if they are able to get the win here tonight. The same can be said for Martinsburg. So in this game, this needs to start, if you want to win the sectional title, start of 3 consecutive wins, where if you look at Hedgesville, they have the night off tonight. They only have to win 1 more game to move on to that regional round and see either Hampshire, Jefferson, or Washington.
6 times this season, Musselman has put together back-to-back wins, but have not been able to get that 3rd straight win in any of those chances. Meanwhile, Martinsburg will come in at 23 wins and 9 losses. It's a Bulldog team that, despite the loss yesterday, has won 8 of their last 11 and stretch it out over 22 games, 17 wins and 5 losses. It's a team that has been playing their best baseball late in the year.
And taken 2 of 3 from this Musselman team, and games that have been relatively competitive. Even that one loss was all the way back at the end of March on the 29th, and that was in Inwood. It was a 2-1 loss, so even a close game right there. The bats just couldn't come around for the Dogs. They got the 10-5 win. That was on the 24th of April. That was a home game, and then, like you said, just 2 nights ago, it was right here in a game that was competitive up until late in that game. It was a 2-2 tie going into the 5th inning, and then the bats came alive, and Martinsburg did what they needed to do to win the game, and that's exactly what they're going to have to do tonight.
Well, there you go, a preview of our matchup with Martinsburg and Musselman here in the AAA playoffs. Our pregame show brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services for home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. They're online at WHMsystems.com or phone 304-350-1931. We'll take a break, and when we come back on the pregame show, we'll hear from both head coaches as we continue to get ready for tonight's matchup. It's West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Back again here at P.O. Faulkner Park. It's time now to hear from both head coaches as we look forward to the Martinsburg matchup hosting Musselman. We got our conversations started as Matt Crawford talked with Martinsburg's second-year head coach Aaron Byler, asking him first about the tough loss yesterday against Hedgesville.
You know, I thought that Chase DeLauder was very good on the mound. He controlled the game from start to finish, and I didn't think that we had enough at bats that really challenged him or really forced him out of his comfort zone at all. And we didn't play necessarily clean defensively, but we weren't terrible either. They just had a couple blue pits that fell, and I'm not really sure they hit that many balls hard.
When you look at this Musselman team, it's a team you're pretty familiar with recently. The second time this week you faced them and also saw them in late April. What do you see in them coming into this game and coming off of their win last night?
They swing it well, and they've swung it well all year. And if we make mistakes and they hit them hard, they're definitely a team that can beat us. And if we don't have a better approach tonight than we did last night, then we can be beat. We're going to have to play a lot better tonight if we want to advance, and our focus has to be on tonight. It can't be what could be to come. It has to be on tonight, because if your focus isn't here tonight, you're going to get beat.
When you look at playing a team 2 times in 3 days, who do you think learns more from the first experience, the team that got the win the first time or the team that fell in the first meeting?
Well, I think the better coaching staff probably learns more, because whoever I feel does their homework and can evaluate kids, it all comes down to pitching at this level. And if you can get a good scout, which I'm sure they do on our kids as well, and we get a good scout on theirs as far as what their flaws are at the plate, and if our pitcher can execute what we tell them to do against their flaws, or if their pitcher can execute, that's probably who's going to win.
Your first do-or-die game of the season tonight. How important is it that from here on out all the games are going to be at home?
I think we're going to play with a little bit of urgency that we didn't necessarily have, to start this playoffs. We were kind of just, coasting through. So I sense a little bit different feel tonight with the guys, and we're going to need it. We're going to have to be ready to go.
Who you got on the mound tonight?
Daryl Pope's got the ball tonight, and we got all the confidence in the world in him that he's going to go out there and throw strikes. We're going to catch the ball behind him. We'll be all right.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Matt.
And there you hear from Aaron Byler, head coach for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Conversation talking with our own Matt Crawford before the ball game. You got the sense from him of a real seriousness coming into this one after the loss yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think he was too pleased with how his team came out yesterday, and they need urgency. I think that goes without saying that they need urgency. If they don't have urgency, then, again, their offseason is going to start somewhere around 10 o'clock tonight. But I expect this team is full of guys that like to go out and give all they have, and is full of competitors. So I expect them to come out with that urgency that Coach Byler was talking about.
As we turn to the Musselman-Appleman, we hear from their first-year head coach, Josh Hartman, getting his thoughts on how his team rebounded from the loss against Martinsburg on Tuesday to beat Spring Mills yesterday, 11-0.
Yeah, our Caleb Horner did a great job on the mound. First of all, we limited the one hit, had control of his pitches all night long. Defense played great behind him last night, and if our defense plays well, we usually do pretty good. Hitters did a great job getting the big hits we needed. Justin Murphy come with a couple big hits, and we got the job done last night.
Yeah, a tight game really until that fourth inning when you guys began to put some more runs on the board. What got your offense started?
Just seeing the pitcher for the second time around, I think it helped out a lot with that. First time through, I mean, the pitcher usually has command of that most of the time. And second time around, we started putting the ball in play a little bit better and did a good job hitting the pitchers.
Hard-fought game the night before against Martinsburg. What did you see from your team, the way they bounced back?
Well, obviously, anytime you lose a game 5-2 and you're faced with an elimination game the next night, I love the way they responded. They knew their backs were against the wall with that, and they came out ready to play and got the job done.
Backs against the wall still in this one. Talk to us about what you learned from a couple of nights ago.
Got to make the plays, absolutely. If we make the plays in the field, Matt, and I really think we can beat anybody around. I truly do. Our bats are where they need to be most of the time when we come out, and our pitchers are third strikes and limit their base runners on base, and I think we have a good shot.
As you get to this point in the tournament, does the concern become about depth in pitching?
I'm sure everybody's pitching right now. This is our third game. This is Martinsburg's third game, so you're obviously not the top of your rotation in that, but that works for both teams. So we have confidence in the kids that we're putting out there tonight, and I'm sure the same way with Martinsburg has confidence in the kid they're throwing tonight.
Talk to us about who you are putting on the mound and the decision to put him out there.
Jared Jenkins is starting for us tonight, a freshman. He's done a good job for us throughout the year. He's had a couple really good starts for us, and one time's a little shaky. So tonight we're hoping that the freshman comes out and gets it done.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
There you hear from first-year head coach Josh Hartman of the Musselman Appleman, going with the youngster on the hill tonight in this one.
Yeah, an interesting move. You and I were speculating who he may throw tonight, and that was a name that never really popped up in conversation, and I guess only time will tell. Maybe a situation where, and you obviously are looking one game at a time, but maybe a situation where he wants to try to save as many arms that have a little bit more experience in bigger games than for later in this tournament if they are able to get the win here tonight. Not saying that was the case. He may have just thought that Jenkins has the arm to go tonight, and he likes him in this game. Obviously he likes him in this game. It's who he's throwing, but we'll see tonight. Again, he'll go against Darryl Pope.
So we've heard from both head coaches who right now are meeting with the umpiring crew. They're exchanging lineup cards, going over the ground rules here at P.O. Faulkner Park. As they finish that up, we'll take our final break and then come back with a look at the starting lineups. It's 60 seconds away on the pregame show, brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services for home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Phone 304-350-1931. Online at WHMsystems.com. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Back again here at P.O. Faulkner Park, home of Martinsburg Bulldog Baseball. We welcome you back into the Procter & Gamble broadcast booth. For information on a career with Procter & Gamble in Berkeley County, visit pgcareers.com. Matt, you look at this matchup through the years, and I have 94 meetings based on information that I have dating back into the late 80s, working into the early 90s, and Martinsburg leading the overall series, 69 wins, 25 losses. Over the last 5 years, bringing into a more recent time frame, Martinsburg leads 11-5 in 16 meetings, and they've met 10 times in sectional tournament play, the first coming in 2008, and Martinsburg leads that series 6-4. You know, Musselman would like to close that number a little bit here tonight.
I know that you're into stats and into those numbers, and that's good research you've done. This is a do-or-die game. What does that mean?
Means you better go out there and get the win. But what it means is that Martinsburg has played well against this Musselman team through the years, and they've got to come back out and do that again here tonight.
Also means you throw the records out the window. It's a do-or-die game. It's a playoff scenario.
Then why do we keep them? Why do we keep the records? Are you one of those guys that doesn't even want to keep the score?
No, what?
See, you're a young guy. You're a
That's
young guy. We've got to.
Wow.
I'm just messing with you.
Wow.
I'm messing with you. But, hey, we certainly are looking forward to this one because it is a game where we expect both of these teams, obviously, to go out there and give it absolutely everything they've got. You got to throw caution to the wind in this one. I know you want to be there and have the weapons that you can go out and compete and beat a Hedgesville team tomorrow and then even the next day after that. But the truth of the matter is you worry about tomorrow when it gets here. You got to get there first.
Absolutely.
Time for us to take a look at today's starting lineups. They're brought to you by D&N Auto Specialist, where honesty is their best policy. Get it fixed right the first time at D&N Auto. Set up your appointment by phoning 304-267-4078. We'll begin with the visiting Musselman. Appleman, 14 wins, 12 losses on the season. They have won 3 of their last 5 and 5 of their last 7. They're led by first-year head coach Josh Hartman, assisted by Brian Klepner, Dave Linton, Malcolm Lee, and Tyler Robinson. For the Appleman, center fielder Blake Hartman is in the leadoff. He's followed by second baseman Justin Murphy. Batting third is shortstop Caleb Horner. The cleanup hitter is left fielder Ethan Wilson. Batting fifth and catching, Ben Bartles. The number 6 hitter is designated hitter Devin Moxley. He is batting in the true DH role for today's starting pitcher, Jared Jenkins. Playing first base and batting 7th is Nick Reeves. The number 8 hitter is third baseman Andy Wolf, and batting 9th in right field, Sean Hammond. So again, Hartman, Murphy, and Horner, followed by Wilson, Bartles, and Moxley. Reeves, Wolf, and Hammond round out the batting order with Jenkins on the hill. Now for the homestanding Martinsburg Bulldogs, 23-9 on the season, winners of 8 of their last 11, led by second-year head coach Aaron Byler, a record of 47 wins and 21 losses, assisted by Kurt Zarnecki, Bo Bartley, Buzzy Jackson, Larry Cooper, Zeke Grissinger, Rick Alderton, and Drew Sutherland. For Martinsburg, shortstop Grant Harmon is in the leadoff. He's followed by first baseman Nicholas Wright. Batting third and playing second base, Ashton Stobbs. The cleanup hitter is the third baseman, Trey Sine. Batting fifth and catching, Aaron Pearson. The number 6 hitter, tonight's starting pitcher, Darrell Pope. Batting 7th in left field, Cam Burnett. The number 8 hitter, designated hitter, Elijah Banks. He'll bat for starting right fielder, Noah Brittner. And the number 9 hitter for Martinsburg, center fielder, Austin Bartley. So Harmon, Wright, and Stobbs, followed by Sine, Pearson, and Pope. Burnett, Banks, and Bartley round out the batting order for Martinsburg, with Brittner in right field. Starting lineups brought to you by D&N Auto Specialist. Get it fixed right the first time at D&N Auto, family owned and operated since 1974, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. Call 304-267-4078 to set up your appointments.
One thing that Martinsburg's going to have to do tonight in the last 2 games combined, 22 strikeouts. It was 10 in the first game against Musselman, 12 last night from the right arm or the left arm of Chase DeLauder. So one thing they're going to have to do is be a little more patient at the plate, wait for good pitches, and make contact with the ball. We've seen this Musselman team have their fair share of errors in the field behind their starting pitchers all year, and that was even something that Coach Hartman mentioned in that pregame interview. Just play well behind a freshman tonight on the mound for Musselman. So what the key is for Martinsburg in the game tonight, I think, is just do everything they can to put the baseball in play and not get in the habit of striking out. Again, 22 strikeouts over the course of 2 postseason games is not where you want to be.
You mentioned the strikeouts, only 7 hits. 5 hits in that 5-2 victory against Musselman. Only 2 hits yesterday in that 4-0 loss against Hedgesville. And this is a Martinsburg team that comes in with a team batting average of .349 and have scored 278 runs. So a little uncharacteristic for Martinsburg to not be swinging the bats well. We'll see if they can get them going here tonight. Well, Musselman lined up along the first baseline, Martinsburg along the third baseline. Starters headed out into the field. We'll pause now for the playing of our national anthem and then be back with the opening pitch and the play-by-play of West Virginia high school baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
WU Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources. It certainly has helped take us to another level.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 south in Chambersburg.
Play ball! The pregame is over, and we're ready for today's opening pitch and the play-by-play. So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Back again at P.O. Faulkner Park. Matt Miller, Matt Crawford with you. John Alderton running our TV 10 camera at the studio. Our producer and engineer for today's broadcast, Caleb Falero. Turns out to be pretty nice weather for this one. We weren't sure as we finished yesterday and got the day started with some rain and possible thunderstorms in the forecast as we got into the afternoon and evening hours. Looks like those have been pushed off until the overnight hours and into tomorrow, so we'll have to see how tomorrow plays out as the winner of this one will move on to play Hedgesville. And tomorrow's game officially a sectional championship game because a Hedgesville win would give them that title. Whoever wins this one has to come back and beat Hedgesville on back-to-back games and particularly possibly back-to-back days. Not going to be an easy task.
No, a very, very tall task. Hedgesville in the away dugout down the first baseline in the green jersey tops, the white numbers with the red trim, white baseball pants, wearing the white baseball caps tonight as well. Martinsburg in the orange uniforms down the third base line and in the field at the moment. Dogs across the front in the black lettering with the white trim and the white baseball cap.
Ready for today's opening pitch, brought to you by the Mortgage Center on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, where Mark and Cheryl Savitt treat you like family with personal one-on-one service. They'll walk you from application to settlements. First pitch of the ball game in there for a strike, and our first pitch comes at 7:03. Blake Hartman is the batter. In the right-hand box, Darrell Pope on the hill. Next delivery, breaking pitch along the outside edge, a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. You can learn more about how to protect yourself with your mortgage by going to mortgagefinancing.com or phone 304-267-9040. Swinging away, Hartman sends one into the gap in left center field. Running that one down, Austin Bartley, the center fielder to his right, makes the catch on the run, and there's one down on just 3 pitches.
Yeah, and a good job in that first at-bat to Blake Hartman. Darryl Pope switching up the pitches and speed a little bit. That 0-2 pitch, Blake Hartman did a good job of waiting back on the off-speed pitch. There's a little too much air under it. A good job by Austin Bartley shading over a little bit more to the left tonight and playing right field most of the time unless Darryl Pope is on the mound.
First pitch to Justin Murphy, down low for ball 1. We saw back-to-back home runs for Musselman the other night, Tuesday, in the second inning of that one. The wind blowing out to left. It's blowing out again today. Murphy takes a fastball down the middle. It's a strike to even the count. Looking at the flag out in left field by the scoreboard. Blowing out almost directly into left field. 1-1 pitch just down low. 2 balls and a strike now to the senior second baseman.
Justin Murphy, 24 for 68 on the season. That's a .353 average.
2-1 pitch grounded in the hole, backhanded by the shortstop Harmon, and then he drops it and now does go ahead and make that throw across the diamond, but had no chance to get Murphy. That may very well be an infield hit. Tough play for Harmon in the hole, backhanding that one as slowly as it was hit and then trying to get it across the diamond, and I think that's why he dropped it out of his glove. He was rushing to get it into his throwing hand.
Yeah, that's an in-betweener. I'm not sure. To me, that's still, it was a slow roller, but he did have the ball in his glove and was popping up ready to throw. So to me, you can't assume he would have made the out, but you also can't assume that Murphy was going to beat that throw out.
Quick toss over to try to keep Murphy close at first. Caleb Horner, the batter, he'll have to be patient as Pope pays attention to Murphy, who stretches out a pretty good lead, held on at first by Nicholas Wright. Pope is ready, and the pitch to the plate on the inside corner for a strike. You're taking the Gary Geffert philosophy. Any ball hit to the shortstop is one of 2 things, an out or an error.
Yep.
A 1 pitch due as Horner waits. Pope ready, and the fastball on the outside corner. It's a called strike 2. A couple of good pitches from Darryl Pope hitting that outside edge. Horner at .329 average, no homers, 20 driven in. He's got 27 hits in 82 at-bats. So swings at a curveball, grounds it to the shortstop. Harmon has it, goes to second for 1. Relay throw to first, and not in time. It pulled Nicholas Wright off the bag, as well as the relay throw from second baseman Ashton Stobbs came down the line towards home plate, and Wright just couldn't keep the foot on the bag.
That's something we've seen from Nicholas Wright over the last week or so. He's just had issues keeping that right foot on the bag, and that one wasn't the perfect throw, but I think good enough and around him that he probably could have kept his foot on the bag just a hair longer and got the double play. The ball beat the runner there.
It's a fielder's choice for Horner as Murphy is erased at second. 2 outs, the runner at first, and the first pitch, ball 1 to Ethan Wilson. Wilson, a senior left fielder in that cleanup spot, sends this one high and deep down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone, and it is a foul ball. Our third base umpire, Tim Carroll, out into shallow left, right on the line, looking up, stuck both hands up in the air to indicate that it was a foul ball.
One of the longest strike ones you will ever see. That one cleared the foul pole all the way up to the very top of the foul pole and was coming down the top of the trees out in left field. Just a little too early on that one was Ethan Wilson. Would have been home run number 4 for him on the season.
3 homers, 24 driven in on the year. Swings and sends this one high, deep into center field. Bartley going back on it now, comes in a few steps and makes the play to retire the side. So Wilson gives that one a ride, but to the deepest part of the ballpark, and Austin Bartley there to make the catch. The side is retired. A half an inning in the books. It's Musselman nothing. Martinsburg coming to bat.
We only make home loans, so we better be good at it. And we are. It's that simple. With our focus solely on mortgage lending, you can come to us with peace of mind knowing that your mortgage loan is in good hands. As one of the nation's largest private lenders, Our focus is on helping you get into your new home.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here, and it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
Here we go to the bottom half of inning number 1. Grant Harmon, Nicholas Wright, Ashton Stobbs, the 3 due batters for Martinsburg. On the hill, taking his warm-up tosses, the freshman Jared Jenkins. His 7th game appearance and his 5th start on the season. His win-loss record at 3-1, Matt, the ERA, 5.12.
Yeah, 5.12 over 19 and a third innings of work. Not necessarily where you want it to be, but not too bad as just a freshman. 22 hits given up, 16 runs, 11 of those earned runs. Not a big strikeout guy, 22. And the walks a little bit above where you'd like in 19 innings of work at 13.
Has a tall task today to try to shut down this Martinsburg offense, although, as you heard us just before the first pitch, it's an offense that has been struggling over these last couple of games with way too many strikeouts and not enough hits. Grant Harmon leading the charge, 40 hits, 96 at-bats. That's a .417 average. He's got a home run and 28 driven in as he steps into the right-hand batter's box with a chance to face Jenkins. Right-hander on the hill, working from the first base side of the pitching rubber, delivers a fastball belt high inside part of the plate for strike 1.
In this same position on Tuesday, Harmon led it off in the bottom of the first, reached on a walk on 5 pitches. He comes in a .417 hitter on the season.
Takes another pitch on that inside corner. It is a called strike 2, and 2 very good pitches for Jenkins in on the hands of the right-hand batter. Harmon with 20 walks, but has also struck out 17 times this season. 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball that didn't have much break. It stays high.
It just came in as about a probably mid-60-mile-an-hour fastball.
Ben Bartles drops the sign. The 1-2 pitch snaps down in there for a called strike 3. Harmon caught looking for out number 1.
And now what you want to see out of your leadoff hitter, and there's another strikeout. As we talked about, that's a big issue coming in. A 22 coming into the game over the sectional round over 2 games. Make that number 23.
It'll bring up Nicholas Wright. Bases empty with 1 out for the left-hand batter. The senior swings at the first pitch, sends a high drive deep into center field. Hartman going back on it, still going back, looking over his shoulder, and that one's gone. A home run. Nicholas Wright with his 3rd home run of the season puts Martinsburg out in front in this bottom of the first inning, 1-0.
It's a good piece of hitting by Nicholas Wright, a ball that was left right over the heart of the plate by Jared Jenkins, and Nick Wright got the barrel on it and drove it to the deepest part of the ballpark, well over center field. Wasn't sure it was going to get out directly off the bat, thought it had a little too much height underneath it, a little too much air underneath it, as Blake Harmon just kept going back, and eventually ran out of room.
You knew he put a charge into it, but to the deepest part of the park, you weren't sure it would get out. It's 305 down the lines, 350 to the alleys, 375 to straightaway center. And that one, no doubt about it, cleared that center field fence. 29 runs batted in on the year now for Wright. Again, his 3rd home run, and it has Martinsburg up 1-0 with Ashton Stobbs now standing in. Senior second baseman looks at a breaking pitch just down and in for ball 1. Now we see how the freshman handles the first bit of adversity. Giving up the home run, how does he bounce back? Here's a pitch down the middle, but a bit too low. 2 balls and no strikes to Stobbs. Stobbs has hit 4 home runs, has 33 driven in. He sends one down the left field line. Drifting over into foul territory is Ethan Wilson, and will not be able to make the grab as he overran it. Ultimately had to turn and stick the glove out, glove side to his left, and that ball hit on the warning track down the left field line in foul territory for a long strike.
Those are the plays that aren't gimme plays, but the ones you really want to make in these situations. A tough play for Ethan Wilson to read that one off the bat, especially with that wind blowing, with that ball going that high into the jet stream. But a play you'd like to have back if you can, if you're Wilson out there in left.
The 2-1 pitch, good curveball. That's 12-6 drop. A swing and a miss by Stobbs, now 2-2. Stobbs a .409 batting average. Swings at this fastball, pops it up, foul territory along the third base line. Giving it a look, Andy Wolf, the third baseman, runs out of room. Caleb Horner over there near the fence as well as third baseman and shortstop went after it. Count holding 2 balls, 2 strikes to Stobbs. He's got 36 hits in 88 at-bats on the year. Open stance in that right-hand box. Swings and lines this one into that gap in left center field. It's going to get down. Ethan Wilson, the left fielder, going to play it off of a hop on the warning track as it came off the fence, and he'll get it in quickly, but not before Ashton Stobbs is standing at second with a stand-up double. Very solid hit for Stobbs as he collects his 14th double of the season. And Martinsburg getting early to Jared Jenkins after the strikeout of Grant Harmon.
I thought that had a chance to be a ground rule double and pop over the fence. It hit the dirt in the warning track and then just hitting that yellow piping on top of the windscreen in left field. Either way, a double. Thought that one may bounce over.
Brings up Trey Sign out of the cleanup spot in the order. Breaking pitch down low inside. Bounces away from Ben Bartles, and Stobbs will take the extra base. That one working down and in to the right-hand batter. Bartles shifted the body over but could not keep it from going through. It advances the base runner as Stobbs stands at third. Sign awaits the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. And it's a line drive into center field, dropping down for a base hit. Sign will pick up his 35th run batted in on the season as it scores Ashton Stobbs from third. And Martinsburg now has a 2-0 lead.
And this is the way you needed to start if you were Martinsburg. You needed to shake off last night. You needed to get the bats moving early. And other than the strikeout to start the game by Grant Harmon, that's exactly what they've done, is now have a home run, a double, and a single here in the inning.
Brings up Aaron Pearson out of the number 5 spot in the order. Today's starting catcher. Stretching out his lead at first is Sign. It draws the attention of Jenkins, who throws over.
And that early movement in the bullpen for Musselman. Again, Jenkins just a freshman on the mound right now, so you got to think that in a game like this, he probably doesn't have too long of a leash.
Cole Campbell beginning to loosen in the bullpen down the right field line. Runner is on the move as the pitch to the plate is taken for a strike. The throw wide of the bag at second, out towards right field. It goes into center where Blake Hartman backs up the play and keeps Trey Sign at second. He's there with the steal.
That was a ball just got away from Ben Bartles.
Yeah.
Ended up going right to where Justin Murphy usually plays at second, not near the bag at second. Just slipped out of the hand. I think Sign was probably going to be in safely regardless.
Another run in scoring position for a pitch down in the dirt. Bartles blocks that one, but it comes off the chest protector and up the first base line. 1-1, the count now to Pearson, but that's a wild pitch that advances Sign to third. And Musselman making those mistakes that plagued Martinsburg as they struggled with some defensive plays in the 4-0 loss against Hedgesville yesterday. Pearson awaits that 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. It misses down low again. It bounces away from Bartles. By the time he can get to it to his left, coming home to score on the play is Trey Sign. So he gets an RBI single, steals second, moves to third on a wild pitch, and scores on a wild pitch. Count now at 2 balls and 1 strike to Pearson. Martinsburg with a 3-0 lead. Pitch to the plate, popped into the air, shallow right field. Hammond coming in, second baseman Murphy going out, and Justin Murphy makes the grab for out number 2.
A big second out for Jenkins on the mound. getting a little sporadic. And with young pitchers like this, when they've given up a couple early hits and a home run, you're going to see them try to paint the corners and keep anything away from the strike zone and just paint those corners. And when you have this little amount of experience at the varsity level, you're going to have the wild pitches that you've seen in this inning.
It brings up Darrell Pope with 2 outs, bases empty, and he takes strike 1. Jenkins again working that inside part of the plate to the right-hand batter. The 0-1 to the plate, bounced foul towards the backstop. That one right in behind home, and the count 0-2. Darrell Pope hitting .357 on the year, 35 hits, 98 at bats. No homers. He's driven in 27. Here comes the 0-2. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike 3. Well, a good-looking pitch from Jared Jenkins. He is able to bounce back after a tough stretch. He got the strikeout of Harmon, gave up the home run to Nicholas Wright, the double to Stobbs, an RBI single to Sign, a wild pitch bringing Sign home, but then the pop-out and the strikeout, and the inning without any further damage. 1 inning in the books with the score, Martinsburg 3, Musselman 0.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
When you're hurting, we're here. When things are confusing, we're here. When you need answers, we're here. Brown Funeral Home. We've been caring for families like yours for generations, since 1880. Whether you want to plan ahead or you need us now. Our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson. We're here when you need us.
3-0 Martinsburg in front of Musselman. We'll go to the top half of inning number 2 here at P.O. Faulkner Park. An elimination game in AAA Region 2 and Section 1. Over in Section 2, the elimination game being played at Shenandoah Junction as Jefferson plays host to Washington. They had a 6 o'clock first pitch, and they're already in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Jefferson holds a 2-1 lead. Washington down 2-0, plated a run in their last half inning to draw a little bit closer. So 2-1 Jefferson in that one. We'll keep you updated. The winner of that one will play Hampshire and have to beat the Trojans twice. Ben Bartles to start the second inning facing Darrell Pope, and the first pitch hit high deep into left field. Back on it, Burnett at the warning track reaches up and makes the grab just a few steps before backing into the wall.
Bartles is one of the 2 home runs in the second inning in the first game we saw earlier this week, and off the bat I thought that one had a chance to get out. A very well hit ball, well played by Cam Burnett as well, who's been very busy in left field in this tournament so far and lived up to the challenge.
Yeah, he has done very well. So Devin Moxley, the batter, taking a strike on the inside corner. We had Pope in that first inning at 13 pitches, 10 of those 4 strikes. Solid start. A runner reached on an error, but did not give up a hit. Comes with a breaking pitch on the inside corner. That's a called strike 2. Moxley, that average at about .311, does have a homer, 17 driven in. Open stance in the right-hand box. Swings at the 0-2. Hits it deep in the hole at short. Gloved by Harmon. The throw to first, and they got him by a half a step. That is a big league play.
I think a quarter of a step, a 16th of a step. That was a very close play, a phenomenal arm shown by Grant Harmon, as bad as deep in the hole as you're going to get without that ball getting into left field. A great stretch over at first base by Nicholas Wright as well, and I'm not sure that the Musselman faithful are going to agree with that one.
A very close play at first. It goes the way of Martinsburg. Put a little star by that one as Harmon throws him out. And now it brings up Nick Reeves with 2 outs and the bases empty, and he looks at the curveball for a strike. Darrell Pope has had a couple of 0-2 pitches that have been hit pretty solid. Comes back with a fastball down low here. 1 ball, 1 strike. And you know, when you're heading a count like that, you'd like to be able to find a spot on the outer edge, inner edge, up or down, then maybe you get him to chase as opposed to getting one that fat in the plate that he gets hit, as well as a couple of these have been hit. 1-1 pitch misses, 2 balls and 1 strike. Reeves hitting .238 on the year, swings and grounds towards the second baseman. Staubs up with it, and that throw to first. It's in time to get him. Reeves will ground out 4-3, and Darrell Pope has set down Musselman in order in the top of the second. 1.5 innings has gone by. We take a break with the score, Martinsburg 3 and Musselman nothing.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Whisk. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
7, 8, and 9 hitters coming to the plate in the Martinsburg half of the second inning. The Bulldogs with a 3-0 lead. Jared Jenkins back out there, the freshman in the first, threw 20 pitches, 14 for strikes, gave up the 3 runs on 3 hits, a home run, a double, a single, and the other run scoring on a wild pitch. Let's see if things can settle down a little for him and for the Musselman Applemen. Cam Burnett to get it started, the senior left fielder. Comes in with a .351 average. No home runs and 26 driven in. Martinsburg looking for their 3rd win of the year in 4 games against Musselman. Here's a fastball belt high down the middle. It's strike 1. Martinsburg falling against Musselman by a 2-1 score back on the 29th of March. 0-1 on the way. This one down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike to Burnett. Came back for a 10-5 win on the 24th of April. And then just a couple of nights ago, scored that 5-2 victory against the Applemen to get this sectional tournament started. Burnett takes a called strike on the outside edge. Now 1-2.
This is a big inning for Jenkins on the mound to see how he rebounds after that tough first inning.
Taking his time, staring in at Bartles. Jenkins ready, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Burnett goes down on strikes. That's 3 Ks already for Jared Jenkins. In a good location with that pitch. Outside edge, maybe even slightly off the plate.
Yeah, he's trying his best to paint the corners, and the ones he's missed are the only issues he's had so far. But he's done a pretty good job, especially with that curveball.
1 down, base is empty for Elijah Banks. Junior designated hitter. The right-hand batter takes the curveball for a strike. He is batting for Noah Brittner, today's starting right fielder. Brittner, a senior. Banks, a junior. Martinsburg starts 7 seniors today and 3 juniors. Here's a swing and a fly ball into the gap in right center field. Long run for everybody, and a diving attempt, and the catch made by Blake Hartman. Hartman, the center fielder, came diving in and made that grab. Sean Hammond was right behind him. I don't know if Hartman called him off at the last second, but it almost looked as if Hammond had gotten there first.
Great play by Blake Hartman in center field. Not only to make the catch on the dive, but to hold on to it through the fall. And like you said, a good play by Hammond to make sure he was going behind Blake Hartman and avoid contact.
Swinging away at the first pitch, Austin Bartley rips one foul down the left field line. Count 0-1. So Banks retired, put a little star by that one in the book. Great defensive play by Blake Hartman. 2 outs now, nobody on. Bartley out of the number 9 spot in the order takes a fastball outside. It's 1-1. He's hitting .349, 29 hits, 83 at-bats. No homers. He's driven in 18. Jenkins from the full wind, and the pitch in on his hands, but he's able to get the barrel on it, sends a fly ball into center field, a much more routine play for Blake Hartman. Ranged a little bit to his right and made the catch, and Martinsburg goes in order in their half of the second. We'll go to the third when we come back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Your score remains Martinsburg 3, Musselman nothing.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Here we go to the top of the third inning. As always, our trivia inning here in the third. We'll present a trivia question and the station telephone number. First to call and get through to Caleb Valero with the correct answer, picking up our prize package, 4 tickets to a future Hagerstown Suns minor league baseball game, as well as $30 in gift certificates to Haas's Steak and Sea. They're in the Aiken Center on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Check them out on Facebook. And remember, for a great meal at a great price, stop by Haas's Steak and Sea, where your family wants to eat. Speaking of the Suns, dropped a 2-1 extra inning decision in 10 yesterday against Lakewood. First pitch of this third inning to Andy Wolf, a swing and a miss for strike 1. And as the Nationals now at 14-18 on the season. They're at home for 3 against Lakewood, and they'll be home after that as well. I didn't look it up as to who comes into town next. 0-1 pitch misses low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So home right through this upcoming weekend. Wolf, a senior, starting third baseman in that number 8 spot in the order, hitting .234. That's 18 hits in 77 at-bats. Pope missing low and outside with the 1-1 pitch. That's ball 2.
Pope trying to overthrow on those last 2 pitches. The off-speed's been working so far, and the fastball for the most part's been working as well. No need to overthrow, just try to hit your locations.
And he came back and did just that, finding that outside edge of the plate where he has lived so far through the first 2. Evens the count up at 2-2, trying to set down his 5th straight batter. That break even on the way, swinging a bouncing ball slowly third base side into foul territory where it's scooped up on the run by Trey Sign. It is a foul ball, and the count will hold 2-2, and this gives us a chance to get into our trivia question. On today's date in 1990, you're thinking of a number. How many consecutive home runs did Florida State second baseman Marshall McDougal hit in a game to set the NCAA record? Breaking pitch on the 2-2 to Andy Wolf, and he takes a called strike 3. So he made the long walk from first back to the plate after trying to leg out a slow roller up the third base side that ultimately ended up foul when Wolf sees one more pitch and goes to sit down after the strikeout looking.
First strikeout for Darrell Pope on the day. It's strikeout number 55 on the season, the 11th strikeout on the year for Andy Wolf.
Brings up Sean Hammond, and he takes a knee-high strike 1. 304-263-6540 is the station telephone number. 0-1 on the way. That breaking pitch up and in. Hammond ducks out of the way as it goes off the mitt of Aaron Pearson to the backstop.
I'm not sure up and in is the best way to put that. I think that was up and behind.
Yeah, that's true. 1-1 the count now to the junior right fielder. Give you the trivia question and the station phone number again after this 1-1 pitch. Here it comes, down low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Again, on today's date in 1999, Florida State second baseman Marshall McDougall set the NCAA record, hitting how many consecutive home runs in a game? Swinging at the 2-1, it's a ground ball to short, over to his right. Harmon has it. His throw pulls the first baseman Nicholas Wright off the bag, and towards the runner, he was able to pull it in and then apply the tag to Hammond going by to get the outs.
Not the easiest out that Wright's ever going to have to make, but a good job realizing where he was and realizing that coming off the bag by just about a step was going to be okay because he was going to be able to apply the tag.
So 2 outs, nobody on. We go back to the top of the order, and Blake Hartman, and the first pitch to him, high and tight for ball 1. 304-263-6540 is the station telephone number. 304-263-6540. Be the first to call and get through with the correct answer to be able to win our prize package. Hartman will take. This one's down in the dirt, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Blake Hartman, the sophomore center fielder, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center his first time up. Here's the pitch, taken for a strike. Count moves to 2-1. 2 outs, nobody on. 6 straight batters retired now by Pope. This pitch down low and outside. It bounces away from Pearson. This count goes to 3-1. Blake Hartman, a .476 batting average, a home run and 18 driven in. We called it one of the early games. Always he like 6 for 6 to start the season. The 3-1 in there for a strike, and it's gone full now, 3-2. So a full count pitch is due to Hartman. Pope is ready. Here it comes. Swing, ground ball sharply hit past the third baseman's sign, between him and the bag, rolling into foul territory all the way to the fence down the left field line. By the time Cam Burnett can get it in, Hartman is standing at second with a double. His 5th double on the season, and it snaps that string of 6 straight retired by Darrell Pope. A 2-out base runner in scoring position for Justin Murphy.
A good effort by Trey Sign at third base. He took a few steps in before diving to his left. I think he could have just stepped laterally real quick and at least tried to knock the ball down. Still a great effort to try to dive and keep that in front of him.
First pitch to Murphy, high and tight. A ball and no strikes. Murphy reached on an error to the shortstop back in the first inning. That was the ball that Harmon in the hole backhanded and then dropped out of his glove before he could get it into his throwing hand. Murphy fouls this one out of play off the first base side.
I think it hit one of the light poles. Ricocheted awful hard.
Do we have the natural music to play? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, it didn't get into the lights, just the light pole. Okay, never mind that. 1-1 the count. Murphy awaits. Here comes the pitch. He pops it up on the infield. The second baseman, Ashton Stobbs, calling for it and will make the grab just before stepping into the outfield grass, almost directly behind second base. So Murphy pops out. The inning is over. There was a double with 2 outs for Blake Hartman, but he'll be left stranded at second base. Heading to the bottom of the third with your score, Martinsburg 3 and Musselman nothing.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face. When someone close to you passes away, it's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Moving to the bottom half of inning number pardon me, inning number
Inning
3.
Cough.
Apparently some dust in the throat there as we welcome you back in to the Procter & Gamble broadcast booth. Procter & Gamble in Berkeley County is now hiring. Go to pgcareers.com to apply. We did get a winner with our third inning trivia.
Congratulations to Michael Phelan from Martinsburg.
All right. So Michael Phelan with the correct answer. We'll give you the answer to our third inning trivia as we move into this bottom half of the third. Martinsburg out in front 3-0, and we're back to the top of the order as Grant Harmon will bat for a second time against Jared Jenkins. Freshman starter at 29 pitches, 21 for strikes through 2 innings. Settled down nicely in the second after giving up the 3 runs in the first. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Bounces away from Bartles and up the first base line, and Jenkins going to go get it himself.
Don't worry, guys, I got it.
A ball and no strikes to Harmon. 0 for 1. Grant got caught looking at a 1-2 pitch his first time up. That was that bender from Jenkins, and he's worked it pretty well. That pitch very similar to Trey Sign of Martinsburg. That drops down, that 12-6 if you think of a clock, or as we heard earlier in the week, the waterfall pitch. I think it starts coming, at the top of the mountain and then drops down. Count to Hartman. Count to Harmon, 1 ball, 1 strike. Turns on that 1-1 pitch, lines it into the gap in left center field. That one all the way to the fence. Ethan Wilson will get it, but not before Harmon stands at second with a double. The second double of the ball game and the third extra base hit for Martinsburg, and they've got a runner in scoring position with nobody out to start the third.
That's a great job by Grant Harmon, just turning on that pitch again. You see Jenkins just missing right over the heart of the plate, and Harmon did a good job of waiting back on it and turning on it and driving into deep left center.
6th double on the season for Harmon. Puts himself in scoring position for Nicholas Wright, the left-hand batter. Looks at the first pitch, a breaking ball low and outside for ball 1. And I figured we might see something like that because Wright took a fastball out over the center field fence his first time up, the very first pitch he saw from Jared Jenkins. Jenkins not going to give in on that first one here. Harmon with his lead, the 1-0 to the plate. It's a slow bouncer, first base side into foul territory. Nick Reeves comes in to scoop it up. Count to Wright at a ball and a strike. All right, let's go to our trivia question. Today's date, 1999. Florida State second baseman Marshall McDougal sets an NCAA record hitting how many consecutive home runs in a game? I'll let you think about it and then make an educated guess.
I think I have the actual guess.
You actually have the guess?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch due, and here it comes, and that one up and away, 2-1. And the answer would be?
6, I believe.
And how do you kind of have that as a number in your head?
I think I saw it on SportsCenter one time, to be honest with you, when I was a kid.
Well, you saw that one? You get on me all the time about seeing things on TV when I was younger, and now you're telling me you saw that one? Well, you should have seen it because it came against your Maryland Terrapins. Yeah, McDougal had a single his first time up and then hit 6 consecutive home runs. Pitch to the plate, and it's a ground ball on the right side of the infield. Backhand stab by Justin Murphy moving to his right. He could not get it as it bounced right past him, and that allows Harmon to turn third and come home to score run number 4, 4-0 Martinsburg.
Great pitch by Nicholas Wright, just driving that the opposite way. Justin Murphy tracking to his right, our left from where we're sitting, and I think that's going to go down as a single into right field. That's a tough play for him to make with it chopping, and that's a quick-moving ball to the right side.
So it will be the RBI base hit. That's 2 RBI in the game, 30 on the season now for Nicholas Wright. And here comes head coach Josh Hartman for Musselman. Let's see if it's a conference or if it may be time to make the change. Back to McDougal. His 6 consecutive home runs followed a single in his first at bat. How many runs batted in on the game? Do you remember that one?
I don't remember that one.
How about 16? That also set the NCAA record, and it came in a 26-2 rout, of your Maryland Terrapins. Here's the fun part. He was a junior when he did it. He had been drafted prior to getting to college and while in college, but never took those draft offers, continued to play his college ball, ultimately got drafted by the Oakland A's, and he went on to play for the Texas Rangers in 2005 for 18 Major League games. That was it. His entire career, 18 Major League games, but will always be remembered for today, back in 1999 when he hit 6 consecutive home runs. Well, action back underway. Jenkins will stay in there, and he starts Ashton Stobbs with a breaking pitch high and tight for ball 1.
So does that double as our today in baseball history?
Now, I still got one of those to come up later in the ball game. It's kind of a fun one. We'll see anyway. We'll make you wait. 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. This one fouled back. Did it get above the netting, above our heads? Yes, it did. Apparently completely out of play as the count goes to 1-1. Stobbs had a double his first time up. Hit one deep into left field. The runner at first right with his lead. Pitch to the plate sharply. Hit past the third baseman. Andy Wolf trying to backhand. Could not grab that one. It's down into the corner where Ethan Wilson gobbles it up, getting it back to the cutoff man. Wright goes from first to third as Stobbs stands at second with his second double of the game.
Yeah, Stobbs seeing the ball very well right now, and thought there's a chance that Wright may be able to come around and score on that one. I think this is going to be the end for Jared Jenkins as Coach Hartman coming out in his second mound visit of the inning, so he's got to make a change here, and it looks like coming in to pitch is going to be Cole Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell had been warming up back in that first inning when Martinsburg plated 3 runs, and so now Cole Campbell called on, and as he comes in for his warm-up tosses, we take a break. This pitching change brought to you by Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Need an oil change or a complete overhaul? They do it all. For your automotive repair needs, call the certified mechanics at Bears Repair, 304-262-0208. Martinsburg has runners at second and third, a run already in as they bat in the bottom of the third, and the Bulldogs lead it 4-0.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Well, getting in his warm-up tosses, Cole Campbell. He replaces the starter, Jared Jenkins, the freshman, so far giving up 4 runs on 6 hits in 2+ innings, but the 2 on base at second and third still his responsibility. Jenkins struck out 3 and did not walk a batter.
Cole Campbell now on the mound, the right-hander. 14 2/3 innings of work on the mound this year. This will be appearance number 8 for him, an 0-3 record. 24 hits, given up 23 runs, 17 of those earned, 6 strikeouts to 10 walks, a 10.43 ERA.
Trey Sign out of the cleanup spot in the order, the first batter that Campbell will face, and it's strike 1 on the outside corner to get the at-bat started. Sign had an RBI single his first time up. He's up to 35 runs batted in and a chance for more. Entire infield in as the pitch lifted in the air into center field. Blake Hartman over to his left. He's got it tagging at third. The throw will actually go to third base to make sure that Ashton Stobbs stays there. So Nicholas Wright able to tag and score from third. 2 runs in the inning as Martinsburg takes the 5-0 lead on the sac fly from Trey Sign, his second run batted in on the day.
And Trey Sign did what he needed to do, his second RBI of the day, lift it into deep enough center field that Hartman wasn't going to be able to make a throw. Tried to get Stobbs, who wasn't tagging up, over at second base.
With 1 down, it brings up Aaron Pearson. He'll bounce it to the shortstop with a play in front of him. Stobbs got a good break and was able to go to third. A nice play by Caleb Horner to throw out Pearson at first. That ground out goes 6-4. Just like that, 2 outs in the inning. And now another run just 90 feet away. It brings up Darrell Poe.
Goes 6-3.
6-3, thank you. Don't know where I came up with 4 in my brain. If you don't know the numbering system, pitcher is 1, As the first pitch to Darrell Pope, low and outside. Catcher is 2. Then your first baseman is 3. Second baseman 4. Third baseman 5. Shortstop 6. Outfield
7, 8, 9 going from left to right.
There you go. Very good. 1-0 on the way. Pope fouls it back out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. So I changed that on my score sheet, that 4 to a 3. Had it in my brain one way, wrote it down, and came out of my mouth a different way. You ever have that happen?
All the time. You work with me. You know that happens all the time.
Just wanted to make sure that I wasn't the only one. 1-1 pitch misses high. 2 balls and a strike now to Darrell Pope. 5-0 Martinsburg. They lead batting bottom of the third in this elimination game. Winner will get Hedgesville tomorrow, weather permitting. Pope pops the 2-1 foul. Again, out of play off the first base side. See if we can check in again on the Jefferson game. As we were looking at it earlier, Jefferson had just a 2-1 lead over Washington. Pope lines this one into right field, but directly at Sean Hammond. Had him played perfectly, came in a few steps and made the head-high grab while moving in towards the infield. That'll be a fly out to right to end the inning. And a nice job by Cole Campbell coming in relief of Jenkins. He inherited 2 base runners in scoring position at second and third with nobody out. He gave up the sac fly to Trey Sign, but did not allow the other run to score. And we'll go to the 4th when we come back with Martinsburg now leading Musselman 5-0.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back in to the Procter & Gamble broadcast booth. For information on a career with Procter & Gamble in Berkeley County, visit pgcareers.com. We're at P.O. Faulkner Park. Matt Miller, Matt Crawford, John Alderton, our TV10 cameraman, Caleb Falero back at the studio. Heading to the top of the 4th inning, 5-0, the Martinsburg lead. And with your play-by-play, here's Crumbs Crawford.
Darrell Pope out on the mound. We have him at 40 pitches through 3 innings. The first batter up will be Caleb Horner, a former Musselman here in the top of inning number 4. First pitch to him, fouled off behind home plate for strike 1.
Should I call you
Coffee
Crawford, or was that a sneeze there?
That was a call. That was a throat clearing. You do it all the time, and I clear my throat once with the headset volume up, and all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. Now the 0-1, and this is just a bit outside the Horner. The count now 1-1. And you really had to get the nickname in the broadcast booth now?
What? I still can't hear from the call.
Oh, knock it off.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Matt Crumbs Crawford.
Here comes that 1-1 from Darrell Pope. This one ripped sharply down the left field line, but it's going to go foul. A great piece of hitting right there by Caleb Horner, just a little too far out in front. And that'll be strike 2.
That name given by our own Rob Mario, who, by the way, will be in studio tomorrow morning. John Alderton filling us in that he has had people talk with him through the day wondering if the firing at the end of the talk show was real or not. It was just a joke this morning with Mike Hornby in studio with Rob and Dave.
The 1-2 a curveball. That one missed high and inside for ball 2 to Caleb Horner. Horner reached first base, grounded into a fielder's choice. That retired Justin Murphy at second base. Back in the first, that 2-2 misses outside. The count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
One thing we haven't seen from Pope yet is a base on balls. He's done a good job of getting ahead of hitters and hitting his spots. Let's see what he does here.
Only the second full count so far on this one. Here comes that 3-2. This one lifted into left center field. Bartley and Burnett working over, and that one going up and going to get off the wall. Cam Burnett with the leap, but mistimed that one. It bounces off the wall and cruising into second base with a stand-up double is Caleb Horner to lead off the inning.
7th double of the season for Horner. That's the second double for Musselman. Martinsburg has hit 3 doubles. So Deuces Wild in this one, a lot of extra base hits.
There was a double on the 3-2 count back in the third also. So apparently Darrell Pope does not bring the pitch he needs with the 3-2, or Musselman just really likes hitting with that full count. That brings up Ethan Wilson. Wilson takes strike one. A little off-speed pitch, low inside corner. Wilson flied out to center field. Back in inning number 1. That 0-1, a strike as well. Now behind on the count 0-2.
That hit for Horner, just the second for Musselman. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They've left 2-1 in scoring position. Martinsburg 5 runs on 6 hits with 1 error, and they've left 1.
Out to a breaking ball that jammed. Ethan Wilson popped up into the infield. Fielding his own position will be Darrell Pope. He takes a few steps off the front of the dirt on the mound. Brings it in for out number 1. A good job by Pope. Fielding his position.
He should know how to field a fly ball, considering he's normally the starting center fielder.
It does make it a bit easier.
Kurt Zarnecki making his way out for a quick conference. 2, 4, 6. I've got 9. That's 49 pitches at this point for Darrell Pope. Not sure exactly what the conference may be about at this time with that runner at second.
Nobody yell out the window and ask?
I'm not sure he's going to tell you. The entire infield drawn in as they meet around the assistant coach.
And a lengthy lengthy conversation as well.
Yeah.
I doubt it's an interview process going on, but we'll call it a conversation out on the mound as Coach Zarnecki now goes back to the dugout down the third base line, and really not sure what that was about.
I was going to say, we were wondering, is somebody warming up? Is this a case where you're looking at the number of pitches for Darrell Pope and maybe drawing a little extra time there for someone to loosen? And now here comes Aaron Byler, and I think that is exactly what we are going to have. We will probably see the pitching change. 1 day of rest is what is needed if a pitcher throws between 31 and 50 pitches. So at 49 pitches, he would need just 1 day of rest. And so Coach Byler and his coaching staff are saying, let's go ahead and make this change right now with a 5-0 lead and hopefully have Darrell Pope available in another day.
Looking to see who's coming out. It looks like it's going to be Austin Wallen coming in to pitch. Darrell Pope will move out to center field. That'll move Austin Bartley to right field. Noah Brittner will now come out of the game. This pitching change brought to you by Bears Repair at 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Need an oil change or a complete overhaul? They do it all. For your automotive repair needs, call the certified mechanics at Bears Repair. Phone 304-262-0208. We'll take a 1-minute break while Austin Wallen gets in his warm-up pitches, then come back for the remainder of the 4th inning. It's 5-0 Martinsburg. This is high school baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here. And it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large 1-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
Welcome back in to P.O. Faulkner Park. Austin Wallen, your new pitcher, leaving Darrell Pope. As Matt Miller being weird next to me. Again, Darrell Pope will go back out to center field, move Austin Bartley to right field, Noah Brittner out of the game. At least 4 right now. First pitch to Ben Bartles, that one. Kind of a cue ball off the end of the bat that's going to go foul. Right behind home plate. Running to get that foul ball, Devin Moxley.
Just the 6th appearance on the season for Austin Wallen. He's worked 7 in the 3rd innings so far.
Comes the breaking ball in the 0-1. That one misses low and outside for ball 1.
No record, no wins, no losses, a 3.82 earned run average in the 7 1/3 innings. Wallen has allowed 4 runs, all earned on 6 hits, has struck out 4 and walked 3.
That 1-1 again, a breaking ball, very similar location. This is low and away for ball 2. Wallen, a junior, wears number 20, the right-hander. And that comes back in, toes the pitching rubber. Checks back at second, where Caleb Horner gets his lead. Here comes that 2-1, the swing and a miss, and Ben Bartles chased that one way up the ladder.
Yeah, just off that outside edge as well. Bartles helped him out, but Wallen will take it.
Not sure what he was looking at on that. Wasn't a whole lot of speed on that pitch coming in, a breaking ball that stayed a little up. Now the count even at 2-2. Here comes that 2-2. That one misses again. Another breaking ball that misses low and away. Count now full at 3-2, and if history repeats itself, every 3-2 pitch so far in this game for Musselman, well, both of them so far, there's only been 2, have been ripped for doubles. Here comes that payoff pitch to 3-2. This one, a ball to the left side. Grant Harmon up with it. Has to throw it on the run over to Nicholas Wright. Keeps his foot on the bag for out number 2. Great play by Grant Harmon on the left side of the infield coming up, making the throw on the run. Great stretch by Nicholas Wright over at first base. 2 down here in the top of inning number 4.
Well, and with that play in front of him, Caleb Horner could not advance from second to third. That ball in the hole far enough that should he stray off the bag and Harmon look, he may have a chance. And so a great play by Harmon, not only to get the out but hold the runner.
Devin Moxley takes ball 1. That one just a bit inside, maybe also a tad high as well. Moxley in this one grounded out to Grant Harmon. This one again to the left side. A diving Trey Sign misses it. Gets by Grant Harmon as well. Rounding third and coming home will be Caleb Horner. He will be in safe without a throw. It'll be an RBI single for Devin Moxley, and Musselman gets their first run of the ball game here in the top of inning number 4. It's 5-1 Martinsburg.
RBI number 18 on the season for Moxley, and that has got to be pleasing to head coach Josh Hartman and his staff. They needed a clutch 2-out hit and got it from the number 6 hitter Moxley.
Very sharply hit ball into the hole. It was a great effort by Trey Sign and Grant Harmon. But a good job by Moxley just finding the gap. Brings up Nick Reeves as he backs up as he avoids getting hit with that one. Count now 1-0. Gets the wear it chance from the dugout. Always easier said than done by the people not standing in the batter's box. Here's that 1-0. This one lifted into right center field. Darrell Pope moving in on it, and he will make the catch for out number 3. So Caleb Horner led off the inning with a double. It was an RBI single from Devin Moxley off of Austin Wallen, who came in to relieve Darrell Pope, and Musselman gets their first run of the ball game. We'll head to the bottom of inning number 4. It's Martinsburg 5, Musselman 1.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery. Anthony'sMenu.com.
It's the late nights. It's the early mornings. It's working in the sunshine and rain and snow. It's the dedication, the care, the hours of training that led to the winner's circle. It's our job, our passion, our lives. We are the Horsemen.
Bottom of inning number 4. Cole Campbell back out in the second inning out of the bullpen. Pitched the entire 3rd inning after Jared Jenkins gave up 2 doubles and a single. Also a run to start that 3rd inning. Then Coach Hartman went to the bullpen, went to Cole Campbell. Campbell got 3 straight outs. A sacrifice fly by Trey Sign did score a run, however, but that run on the stat line of Jared Jenkins. 1 run for Musselman, or for make that, 1 run for Musselman in the top of the 4th inning. That'll bring up to start the inning Cam Burnett, today's starting left fielder. Burnett, a strikeout victim in the 2nd. First pitch to him, little low and inside, ball 1.
We do have a final from Shenandoah Junction as the Jefferson Cougars knock off Washington 4-1 in that elimination game. So Jefferson moves on to face Hampshire.
That 1-0 breaking ball in for strike one. Does that concern you a little bit if you're Jefferson?
What concerns me right now is I need you to throw me the red pen you have. Mine just died.
Wow, sorry to hear that.
Hard to keep my score sheet the way I need to until
Caleb
I get
cue
that
up
red
taps
pen.
back in the studio. This 1-1 lifted into center field. Blake Hartman moving back on it and hauls it in for out number one. Cam Burnett put a good charge into that one. Unfortunately, right at Blake Hartman in center field. One down here in the bottom of inning number 4.
Good start for Cole Campbell, who has pitched well since coming in relief. He has retired all 4 batters that he faced. Maybe a little bit if you're Jefferson, only scoring the 4 runs, but at the same time, right now it's win in advance.
Yeah.
So you win this one 4-1. Now you know you got to beat Hampshire twice, and you get to host because Jefferson's the number 1 seed. So Hampshire's got to come to Shenandoah Junction tomorrow, and then a Jefferson win would force a decisive championship game on Saturday.
Breaking ball on for strike one, and Elijah Banks. Banks staying in the game as the DH. He was DHing for Brittner, and Brittner came out with the pitching change, so still DHing will be Elijah Banks. Another breaking ball. This one on the inside third, about knee high for strike 2. Banks thought he probably had a single. It was a diving play in center field by Blake Hartman to retire him back in inning number 2. Here comes that 0-2. This one fouled off the plate. Banks does what he needs to do to see another pitch.
Yeah, he was out in front of that one, but was somehow able to get some contact between the barrel and the baseball.
So far on the season, 16 for 54, 296 average for Banks. He's walked 13 times for a 443 on-base percentage. Seen him the last couple of days in that DH role. Here comes that 0-2 again. It jams him, but he's able to foul it off right behind home plate, hitting the screen and the press box. Screen with a little bit of give in it. Lives to see another pitch.
More on that Jefferson win. They had their 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Washington, a run on 4 hits, did not commit an error. Jordan Ray, very strong in the start for Washington, over 4 2/3 innings, while Zach Rose got the start and worked 2 innings, and he is listed as the winning pitcher.
The 0-2, a breaking ball, a swing and a miss by Elijah Banks for out number 2. We will now have that as strikeout number 1 for Cole Campbell on the day, and the Dogs' 4th strikeout of the day. Jared Jenkins struck out 3, and now 1 for Campbell. Good at bat, however, by Elijah Banks. Saw 5 pitches. The off-speed pitch by Campbell fooled him. Austin Bartley now stands in that one. A strike on the outside edge as well.
I'll give Campbell credit. He's come in doing just what his coaching staff wants him to do, throwing strikes.
Here comes that 0-1 pitch. This one ripped foul down the third baseline. Bartley way ahead on that one. And now behind in the count, 0-2.
Let's give you another win today for the Shepherd University Rams at the Atlantic Region Softball Tournament. Shepherd defeats Concord by a 10-2 final.
Here comes that 0-2 to Bartley. He wanted to chase it up but left it alone and misses high for ball 1. Bartley saw something he wanted there, but decided to hold up, and a wise decision as that one misses high. Would have chased that up the ladder and helped out Cole Campbell. Here comes that 1-2, a breaking ball. This one misses low and inside ball 2.
By the way, the Shepherd baseball team winning in the Mountain East Conference Tournament 5-3 over UVA Wise. So a good day for Shepherd.
Count even at 2-2. Campbell out of the windup, ready to deliver, and here is that 2-2. Lifted high into the infield on the right side. Justin Murphy coming back into the infield dirt, and he will make the catch for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down, and Cole Campbell has retired all 6 batters he's seen. No runs here in the bottom of the 4th for Martinsburg. We'll head to the top of the 5th when we come back. It's Martinsburg 5, Musselman 1.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
Whether you need business cards, banners, magnets, office stationery, or promo material, Panhandle Printing and Design can make it happen. Call 304-267-7400 for a quote, or visit us on the web at panhandleprintdesign.com.
Number 5. We've seen both starters relieved in this one. Austin Wallen back on the hill for Martinsburg. Cole Campbell came in for Musselman. Set to lead it off here in the 5th is Andy Wolf, 8-9-1. Set to come to the plate as Wolf lifts one to the right side. Moving over is Nicholas Wright. I think he's going to run out of room, and he will as that one gets out of play, fouled on the first base line. Right on the, I guess, far side from where we are of the first base dugout where the Musselman Applemen are located. Quite a few fans standing up the fence line down the first base line. A pretty good crowd for a rivalry game. Again, a do or die, a true playoff game, if you will. One team going to have to win 2 more after tonight if they want to win the sectional tournament. The other one gets their off-season started. Here comes that 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball. A great pitch by Wallen in for strike 2.
Pitch that didn't look like it was more than about 50 mile an hour as that one came in and then dropped down along the outside edge.
Wallen a strikeout victim in the 3rd. Here comes that 0-2. He lifts this one into shallow center field, actually deep infield, and Staub's able to run over and make that play. It was dying quickly, but a good play by Ashton Staubs to run right beyond second base, kind of flirting with the outfield grass. Able to haul it in for out number 1.
Yeah, nice play, and that keeps that leadoff batter off base always big to get the leadoff.
Sean Hammond up now. It takes ball 1 low and away on the curveball. Kind of skipped into the level of Aaron Pearson. 1 down here in the top of inning number 5. Here comes that 1-0 pitch. This one driven to the left side. A dive by Trey Sign. He can't get it. Harmon gets it on the backhand. A good throw over to first and got Hammond by a step. Great backup by Grant Harmon. Sign dove to his left. Harmon backing him up. Gets the backhand and makes a phenomenal throw to Nicholas Wright at first for out number 2 in the inning.
Boy, as Grant Harmon made some plays today, he's got that strong arm and the quick release. He's able to set up and let it go quickly. And, boy, he has made 3 really nice plays, and that one right there near the top.
Back to the top of the order, it's Blake Hartman as he steps in and takes a easy pitch to lay off. That was about a 58-foot pitch that bounced well in front of home plate for ball 1. Out of the windup, here's Wallen with that 1-0. Another breaking ball. That one breaks in on the inside third, about belt high for strike 1. So far in this game, Hartman has doubled. That was in the 3rd. He was stranded at second base. That was a 3-2 pitch he drove. And flat out to center in the 1st. This one driven hard into left field. That's going to get in. He's going to get at least 2 on this as he's hustling around first base. Cam Burnett gets it in left field, and Blake Hartman cruises into second base with a stand-up double, his 2nd of this ball game.
Told you, all they do today is hit doubles. Each team has now hit 3 doubles in this game.
That was a great piece of hitting by Blake Hartman.
Well, and Wallen left that pitch up.
Yes.
And he jumped all over it.
Absolutely. Great job by Cam Burnett getting that ball in quickly as Hartman was hustling around the bases. Now chopper to the left side. Murphy off the bat of Murphy. It's going to get past Trey Sign. Rounding third and coming home is going to be Blake Hartman, cut off by Sign, but a late throw home. Now Aaron Pearson's going to throw it down to second. It gets by Staubs at second base. Murphy will have to stay at second, so Murphy drives one into left field past Trey Sign and Grant Harmon. That's going to be an RBI single, advancing to second on the throw. And Musselman gets their 2nd run of the game here in the top of inning number 5. It's 5-2.
Well, and both of their runs have scored thanks to 2 out base hits, so they're getting some clutch hitting to put the runs on the board and try to crawl back into this one. Down early 5-0, but now down 5-2, and that's 15 runs batted in on the year now for Murphy.
Brings up Caleb Horner. And Justin Murphy saw something he liked early. That was the first pitch he saw, a breaking ball. A good block by Aaron Pearson at the plate to Caleb Horner. Ball 1. Caleb Horner had a double to left field 1 inning ago to lead off the 4th inning. He'd like to duplicate that here. Juan will step off and throw it into center field. Murphy's going to get up to third. It was a pickoff attempt at second base. Murphy was probably going to be back in safe without even having to dive back in, and it gets past the outstretched glove of Ashton Stobbs, who was coming over to cover the base into center field.
What does Gary Gefford talk to us about all the time? Step off. You don't have to make the throw. Step off does the same thing. It shortens that lead. It sends the guy back to second base, and you don't risk what happened there, throwing one away.
See the senior leadership of Grant Harmon going over to the mound and talking to the junior Austin Wallen. As here comes that 1-0 as that one misses well outside the Caleb Horner ball, too.
A nice stop there by Pearson. You got to do whatever you can to keep that ball from getting by you. As right now, another run just 90 feet away.
Here's that 2-0 from Wallen. This one just a bit outside, ball 3. And Martinsburg has been cruising so far in this one. But back-to-back innings with at least one run. There's one run in the top of the fourth and one run so far on this one, but a run just 90 feet away. The 3-1 breaking ball in for strike one.
And again,
Caleb Horner.
Damage coming with 2 outs in each of the innings. And so Wallen wants to get this last out and get out of this one without any further damage.
A hitter's count now to Caleb Horner. Here's that 3-1 pitch. That one low and away. And Caleb Horner's going to draw a walk. So it's a 2-out rally. It was a pop out to second base for the first out. Sean Hammond grounded to Grant Harmon. A great play by Harmon. Deep in the hole for out number 2, and then a double, an RBI single, and now a walk. Is Kurt Zarnecki going to go out and have a conversation with Austin Wallen?
While he does that, I say thank you to Kyle Triggs. We love our listeners who fill us in with information. Kyle says, hey, heard you talking about Shepard, just an FYI. Owen Elliott shot a 1-under-71 today and is tied for second at the McCamey Division II Regionals up in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. So a local guy playing now on the Shepherd golf team, and one of the the team didn't make it, but Owen Elliott having a very strong year, making it to the Division II Regionals and off to a very hot start. We had him on Miller Time last year about this time. We'll look forward to talking with him when this tournament wraps up.
Runners on the corners, 2 outs here in the top of inning number 5. Ethan Wilson now steps in. First pitch to Wilson is lifted to the right side. Nicholas Wright going into foul territory, and he will bring it in before out number 3. So Ethan Wilson chases the first pitch he sees, lifts into foul territory. Good job by Nicholas Wright bringing that in, looking up at the lights right now as they're taking full effect for out number 3. Another run does come across for Musselman in the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th when we come back. It's Martinsburg 5, Musselman 2.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
Welcome back into P.O. Faulkner Park, 5-2 as we enter the bottom of inning number 5. Back-to-back innings with 1 run for the Musselman Applemen. And it was a 2-out rally in both innings to get the 1 run, an RBI single with 2 outs to score Caleb Horner. That RBI single from Devin Moxley in the 4th. Then an RBI single for Justin Murphy, scoring Blake Hartman, who doubled the previous at-bat. Martinsburg 3 runs in the 1st inning, 2 runs in the 3rd. Gets us to where we are right now. Cole Campbell comes out for his 3rd inning of work. There's a home run, a double, and a single. Scoring the runs and another wild pitch, bringing around for 3 runs in the 1st. Leading it off will be the leadoff batter, Grant Harmon. Coming around on the wild pitch was Trey Sine in the 1st inning, and then A sacrifice fly as the 0-1 misses high and inside to Grant Harmon. It was a sacrifice fly by Trey Sign in the third inning. Also an RBI single for Nicholas Wright, scoring 2. So that is the 7 combined runs we have so far in this one. Grant Harmon a swing and is able to get a piece, but fouls it off right behind home plate, hitting the press box right below our location. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harmon doubled to left field. Back in the third.
One of 3 doubles for Martinsburg and 6 doubles on the game between the two teams.
Here comes that 1-2. It bounces in front of the plate. An easy one for Harmon to take. The count now knotted up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's hit number 41 for Harmon on the year. Again, he would also come around to score a run off the RBI single. Here comes that 2-2. That one misses outside for ball 3, so the count now runs full.
There's a pattern if you haven't noticed it. This is the inning they score. Scored in the first, down in order in the second, scored in the third, down in order in the fourth. This is a scoring inning for Martinsburg.
Here's the payoff pitch on the 3-2. That one misses just a bit low and away. And Harmon reaches for the second time today on the walk.
The first base on balls for Musselman, period, tonight. Remember, Jenkins went 2+ and did not walk a batter, and Campbell had retired the first 6. So they've been around the strike zone.
You mentioned the scoring every other inning for Martinsburg. We wouldn't have to finish this if the consistency kept up, because Musselman could only get 4 runs, scoring 1 an inning over the last 2. Just 2 at-bats left. Nicholas Wright steps in, takes strike 1 on the breaking ball in the outside corner.
Then again, that's why you play it.
That's why you play the game. They would have thought it would have been a 4-1 game between Jefferson and Washington. But that was the final, eliminating the Patriots just a bit earlier. That 0-1, a swing and a miss. So Nicholas Wright behind the count 0-2.
Yeah, you mentioned that game. Jefferson with the victory now at 24-7, while Washington wraps up a tough year at 2 wins and 25 losses.
Right, the 0-2, a swing and a miss. Harmon was on the move, actually a swing and a foul ball. Fouls that one over towards the first base dugout. Harmon was on the move. We'll have to trot back to first base, as Wright will live to see another pitch.
Yeah, a little hit-and-run activity. Coach Byler wanting to get the speedster in motion, try to make something happen. Wright does a pretty good job of putting the bat on the ball.
Again with the 0-2, that one just a bit inside for ball 1, a pitch that I think is a little too close to be taking if you're Nicholas Wright.
And he says, hey, it was a ball.
Yeah.
Come on, I took it.
That was better than I do. That's why I'm up here, and he's down there. Here comes the 1-2. That one a swing and a miss. Harmon on the move to second. He's going to be in safely on the slide. Ball getting by Caleb Horner, who's coming over to cover the bag. Also gets by Justin Murphy. Center fielder Blake Hartman going to have to pick it up, but Harmon going to be in safely at second regardless. So a strikeout of Nicholas Wright at the plate, and Harmon advances to second on the stolen base.
That's a case where neither middle infielder was coming to cover second base. Horner was streaking over from his shortstop position as Ben Bartles jumped up and made that throw down.
Check back over to second base, and Harmon is thrown out. A good pickoff by Cole Campbell. And Harmon just a bit late getting back, and this is now back-to-back nights that the Dogs have had somebody picked off on the base paths.
And that pickoff goes 1-4 as the second baseman sneaking over, able to get in behind the runner. And now maybe our pattern ends unless Ashton Stobbs can get a 2-out rally started.
Stobbs now ready to see his first pitch as he fouls one off just to the right of us, hitting the screen, going back into play for strike 1. Trying to think. I think it was Nicholas Wright or Darrell Pope last night who got picked off at first. Yeah, it was Darrell Pope last night that got picked off. Here's just 0-1, a breaking ball low and inside, ball 1.
Now you hate to see those things happen, and right now Musselman gaining just a little bit of momentum, scoring a run in the 4th, scoring a run in the 5th. They've held Martinsburg down since that 3rd inning. Martinsburg would like to wrestle some momentum back, but you don't do it when you get picked off.
Cole Campbell with the 1-1 to Stobbs. That one a strike on the outside corner. So Cole Campbell just 1 strike away now from getting out of this one. Here comes the 1-2. This one lifted out of play over the press box. And another pitch upcoming for Ashton Stobbs. Again, it'll be a 1-2. Pitch number 5 of this at-bat. 2 outs. Here's the 1-2. This one ripped sharply into left field. That's a fair ball, and Ashton Stobbs is going to round first. He is going to be into second with a stand-up double. He will really coast into second base, really hit a jog about 3 steps after touching that first base bag, and another double in this game. It's been a game of doubles, Matt.
3 doubles, in fact, for Ashton Stobbs. In each of his 3 at-bats, add a double for Grant Harmon, and that's 4 in the game for Martinsburg, 3 on the other side for Musselman, so 7 two-baggers in the game.
Brings up Trey Sign. Sign takes strike 1, but now has a duck on the pond.
And how important that pickoff now. Otherwise, Martinsburg has another run on the board in a 6-2 lead, but the pickoff so far keeping Martinsburg off the scoreboard.
Campbell check back at second momentarily and delivers the 0-1. That one misses a bit high, also a bit off the plate for ball 1. Trey Sign in the game so far. An RBI single would also come around to score a run. Advancing on a couple of wild pitches. Also a sacrifice fly RBI to center field back in the third. The 1-1 misses low and away, ball 2.
Yeah, really good eye by Sign. You could see he thought about swinging, kept the head on it though, watched it all the way through to the mid of Bartles, and watched it miss outside.
Stobbs stands at second. They'll check back into second, but he's in safely on the dive back. Murphy bobbling it a little bit, but keeps it in front of him. Good job keeping that one from getting in the center field.
Hey, it worked to get Harmon. Go back, try it again.
Yep.
Maybe you can get that runner and not have to try to get Sign out of that cleanup spot. Their leading RBI man at 35.
That 2-1 misses low and away. Gets past Ben Bartles at the plate, moving into third base is Ashton Stobbs, and Stobbs, I think, coasting a little too soon, has had to quickly put it into gear to make sure he was getting into third. A good throw by Ben Bartles, and Bartles getting to it a bit quicker than I think Stobbs was anticipating.
Yeah, I'm not sure from our angle how much it caromed back towards him, but yeah, Bartles hustled back there and made that a close play.
This one lifted to the right side and out of play, so the count will run full at 3-2. And Matt, you mentioned the leading RBI man for Martinsburg was Trey Sign. You said 35. He's now got 36.
That's right, 2
RBI in this ball game.
So looking to add the extra one.
Looking for the third here. A full count. Here's the payoff pitch with 2 outs. This one lifted to the right side again into the outfield. It's Heyman who's having to quickly run in, but he will get to it for out number 3. So a runner stranded on third base is Ashton Stobbs. The only hit of the inning was Stobbs. Grant Harmon picked off at second base after leading the inning off with a walk. So no runs come across. We'll go to the top of the inning, inning number 6. When we come back, it's Martinsburg 5, Musselman 2.
When you're hurting, we're here. When things are confusing, we're here. When you need answers, we're here. Brown Funeral Home. We've been caring for families like yours for generations, since 1880. Whether you want to plan ahead or you need us now. Our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson. We're here when you need us.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
He literally saved my life. It's just mind-boggling to me that he was able to do what he did.
We're able to affect much more of a difference for our patients with these resources.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
They treat you great, and they're down to earth in the West Virginia way that all West Virginians treat each other.
We're in the top of the 6th inning. We'll get in our this date in baseball history at some point throughout the 6th inning. Try to get it in the top of inning number 6. It is brought to you by Bears Repair at 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. For all your automotive repair needs, call the certified mechanics at Bears Repair. Phone 304-262-0208. Ben Bartles set to lead off the top of inning number 6 for Musselman. A run in each of the previous 2 innings. It was an RBI single scoring Blake Hartman in the 5th, and an RBI single scoring Caleb Horner in inning number 4. First pitch to Bartles, low and away for ball 1, skipping away from Aaron Pearson. No runners on, no harm. And Matt, you were talking about consistency or just following trends. In the last 2 innings, it's been a double that has come around to score off a single for Musselman. The 1-0 misses low and away for ball 2 to Bartles. Bartles grounded out to Grant Harmon at shortstop in the 4th, and has a fly out to left also in this game, so 0 for 2. Coming into his 3rd at-bat, he fouls one off, hitting the screen to our right behind home plate for the first strike of the at-bat. So far through a inning and 2/3 of work, 25 pitches that we had coming into this inning for Wallen. This one's sent right back up the middle. Stobbs coming in on it, fires over to first, right has it. So the 2-1 pitch is grounded 4-3 for out number 1.
He had a nice play by Ashton Stobbs ranging over to his right to get to that one. That hit off the front slope of the mound. It had a little bit of an awkward carom as it went out towards the second base bag. Nice play by Stobbs. That's a long throw.
Brings up Devin Moxley. First pitched him a breaking ball. Lifted out of play over the screen a little bit to our right. So popular location today. An RBI single for Moxley in this one. Also, probably should have had another hit. A great play by Grant Harmon back in inning number 2. The 0-1 misses low and inside, ball 1.
On that hit to bring home a run in the 4th came with 2 outs. So a very clutch hit for Moxley.
Here comes that 1-1 pitch. This one driven sharply to the left side and gets past the diving Grant Harmon into left field for a 1-out single for Devin Moxley. He's now 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of singles. Hits number 12 and 13 for Moxley on the season. As we will have Aaron Byler walking out, and we could see another pitching change. Or it could just be a conversation, but usually if it's just a pitching conversation, it's Kurt Zarnecki coming out. Nope, it's going to be a pitching change coming out of the dugout. Trying to get a number on who is coming out. It looks like an 18. So it's going to be Ryan Barger coming out to be the second guy out of the bullpen for the Dogs. Pitching change brought to you by Bears Repair at 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Need an oil change or a complete overhaul? They do it all. For your automotive repair needs, call the certified mechanic at Bears Repair. Phone 304-262-0208. And Matt, while we have a chance, let's keep it here and talk about this date in baseball history that we told you we'd get to at some point here in the top of the inning.
May the 9th, 2007. I'm going to give a quiz to our teachers in the press box because they give them out all the time. So this is a spelling bee. On this day in 2007, on his 22nd birthday, Jared Saltalamacchia makes his major league debut as a catcher for the Atlanta Braves. With 14 letters in his last name, he has the longest surname in baseball history, besting 15 other major leaguers who had 13 letters in their family names. So the quiz, spell Saltalamacchia. That was pretty good. He started it right with the S, but need more letters in there. 14 letters in all. There's 14. S-A-L-T, Saltalamacchia. All right. T-A, now, all right, let me give it to you. Saltalamacchia. By the way, he has an extra R in his first name, too. It's Jarrod. So Jared Saltalamacchia. By the way, played 12 years in the majors for 7 different teams up through last year, the 2018 season. That's this date in baseball history.
Actually not pitched. It's going to be Grant Harmon on the mound. As Ryan Barger, I believe, will go to second base, moving Ashton Stobbs to shortstop. So saw Barger come in, and it'll actually be Grant Harmon making the trip from shortstop to the mound for the second time in as many nights. And his first pitch to Nick Reeves in for strike 1.
Yeah, we did see Harmon last night. He worked to 2 batters, issued a walk, and then got a pop out in foul territory. So went a third of an inning, no runs, no hits, no strikeouts, and that 1 walk.
So again, we believe standing at second is Ryan Barger.
You are on it, sir. That is him at second as Stobbs moves over to play short.
So what happens when we assume things coming in?
There is a saying there, but we'll keep it off the air for right now.
There's a check back over to first. Back in safe was Devin Moxley. Now ready with the 0-1. Harmon looks in. Here comes that fastball. Misses just a bit inside, not by much for ball one. Didn't see a whole lot wrong with that one. Harmon going to deliver about 98% fastballs.
Yeah.
Just try to overpower guys. You know, he's got the strong arm not only here, but playing quarterback on the football team in the fall, leading the Dogs to a state championship. The 1-1 driven to the left side gets past Trey Sign and Ashton Stobbs into left field. So single moving from first to third is going to be Devin Moxley, and advancing on that throw to second base will be Nick Reeves.
Probably not the best decision there for Burnett. I know he had the play in front of him and thought he had a chance to get Moxley, but by making that throw to third base and rather than hitting the cutoff, now you put two in scoring position as opposed to keeping Reeves at first base and still having the double play.
This game's getting interesting here in the top of inning number 6. One down brings up Andy Wolf as Wolf drives one into right field for a single. That's going to score run one. Coming in is Devin Moxley, and rounding third is Nick Reeves. He will come in to score, and just like that, it's a one-run ball game, 5-4. Martinsburg's lead is cut to 1, and still just one out here in the top of inning number 6.
Said it when Martinsburg was at the plate. You got that sense that there was a little bit of momentum that was beginning to build for this Musselman team when they scored in the 4th, scored in the 5th, got the pickoff of Harmon in the bottom of the 5th, and now here we are in the 6th inning, and they're getting even closer.
Now Sean Hammond up. He takes ball one, low and away. So 3 singles after getting out number 1 to start the inning. Again, just a one-run lead now for Martinsburg, 5-4. Hammond swings through a pitch for strike 1. No shock, but a fastball from Grant Harmon. No. I promise you, it was a fastball. Close the book on Wallen. Give you those numbers here in a bit. The 1-1 misses low and away for ball 2. Wallen giving up 2 runs, going 2 innings, 4 hits, no strikeouts, and 1 walk. Here comes that 2-1, that fastball in the inside corner for strike 2. That 2 RBI single for Andy Wolf, RBI number 7 and 8 on the year. He's now 1 for 3 on the game. Here comes that 2-2 pitch. This one looked at out of play over the stands on the first base side. So living to see another pitch is Sean Hammond, today's right fielder for the Applemen. So far on this one, he's grounded out twice to Grant Harmon. Harmon ready with the 2-2. This one high and outside, but he gets Hammond to chase it. And Harmon gets the first out of his appearance and his first strikeout of the ball game as Hammond retired on strikes on the 2-2.
Really needed that one and was able to come up with the pitch to get the out. Harmon making his 9th appearance. It's 2-2 with a 3.85 ERA.
Back to the top of the order, it's Blake Hartman, takes ball 1 low and away.
He's worked 20 innings, giving up 13 runs, 11 earned on 19 hits, has struck out 15, has also walked 13.
Here comes that 1-0. That one just a bit above the letters for strike 1, or for ball 2 rather.
Dangerous hitter at the plate.
Yeah, I don't want to leave too many right around the number, or right around the letters. Hartman already a double here in this one. A 2-0 low, ball 3. You'd also not like to put another run in scoring position if Andy Wolf gets his second, that tying run. Now in scoring position, definitely with a single. With 2 outs, the runners will be on the move with contact. Top of the order, it's been pretty good so far. 2 doubles for Blake Hartman. An RBI single for Justin Murphy. Here comes that 3-0. That one outside, ball 4. Advancing to second is Andy Wolf. Now standing on first, Blake Hartman. Justin Murphy now steps in. Again, he had an RBI single back in the 5th, scoring the 2nd run of the game for the Applemen.
I think we're going to get a pinch runner for Andy Wolf out at second base.
Looks like number 10, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Number 10 will be Jacob Miller. So Jacob Miller going to be used as a pinch runner, not a courtesy runner. Wolf playing third base. So Jacob Miller standing at second. At first is Blake Hartman. Harmon now toes the pitching rubber and looks in to get his pitch. The first one up coming to Justin Murphy. Time call to the plate. Like Pearson calling that one, standing straight up. They'll reset the pitch, although you got to imagine it's the old number 1 coming down. Harmon again. Major fastball pitcher. That one a fastball low. Gets by Aaron Pearson. Advancing to third will be Jacob Miller. Advancing to second will be Blake Harmon. So now the tying run and the go-ahead run, both in scoring position. 2 down here in the top of inning number 6.
And with Justin Murphy at the plate, he had the clutch RBI single in that 5th inning as his hit came after the 2-out double from Hartman. So damage with 2 outs in the 4th and 5th, and looking for more damage with 2 outs here in this 6th inning.
That 1-0 misses low. That was a good block by Aaron Pearson at the plate, making sure he covered that one up. And again, not a whole lot of time to adjust on the pitches from Grant Harmon. Most you're going to see are fastballs with zip on them. Here's that 2-0. That one outside, ball 3. You have a place to put him, but you really don't want to load the bases for Caleb Horner. He's got a walk and a double. Has scored a run also in this one. That 3-0 misses outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks on 8 straight pitches for Grant Harmon. Bases loaded now for Musselman. Justin Murphy standing on first. Blake Hartman at second. Jacob Miller at third, the pinch runner for Andy Wolf.
And you've got to imagine Horner's going to take until he sees a strike to make Harmon make sure he can throw strikes.
And he does just that, and there is that strike. So after 8 consecutive pitches out of the zone, strike 1 to Caleb Horner. This is the 3rd consecutive inning that Horner has an at-bat. Here comes that 0-1. That one a little bit of an off-speed pitch. Misses low and away, ball 1.
Yeah, started outside, broke a little further away from the plate. Good eye by Horner, would not chase it.
Here comes that 1-1. That one high inside, ball 2.
Now this becomes a crucial pitch. He does not want to go 3-1 the way that he has been throwing, struggling to find that strike zone with a walk, potentially bringing in that game-tying run.
Here comes that 2-1. That one low, ball 3. Nowhere to put Caleb Horner. Ball 4 would mean a tie ball game at the top of inning number 6. In a game that has drastically changed momentum from the first 3 to now in the second 3. 5 runs for the Dogs in the first 3. As that's ball 4, and the tying run will come across. It'll be Jacob Miller, and we are knotted up at 5. With 2 down here in the top of inning number 6. Moving up to third base will be Blake Hartman, second base Justin Murphy, and Horner will stand at first. 3 consecutive walks, and I think that may spell the end of the day for Grant Harmon as Coach Byler going to come out now.
All 3 of those walks coming with 2 outs in the inning.
Now it will be Ryan Barger coming in to pitch. Stobbs will jump back over to second base. Harmon will go back to shortstop. This pitching change brought to you by Bears Repair at 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Need an oil change or a complete overhaul? They do it all. For your automotive repair needs, call the certified mechanics at Bears Repair. Phone 304-262-0208. Let's take a 60-second break while Ryan Barger gets in his warm-up pitches. We are tied at 5. Don't go anywhere. We're in the top of the 6th. In a do-or-die game, it's sectional playoff baseball. On Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 south in Chambersburg.
Ryan Barger into pitch now is the first pitch to Ethan Wilson. Fouled off to the screen a little bit to our right for strike one. And batter number 9 to come to the plate here in the top of inning number 6. 3 runs have come across to tie this ball game at 5. The 0-1 misses a bit high for ball 1. For Grant Harmon, he went a third of an inning. 2 hits given up, 1 strikeout, 3 walks. There's strike 2 on the outside corner. Big pitch for Ryan Barker, and an even bigger one coming up. Bases are still loaded. Horner at first, Murphy at second, Hartman at third. Here comes the 1-2 from Barker. Swing and a miss, and Ethan Wilson goes down on strikes, and a big out for Ryan Barker, a big out for the Dogs. The 3 runs do come across here in the top of inning number 6. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th when we come back. We're knotted up at 5 here at P.O. Faulkner Park between Martinsburg and Musselman.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large 1-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
Bottom of inning number 6, tied at 5, and it's been a tale of 2 halves of this ball game so far. The first of 3 innings went to Martinsburg, and it looked like they were in the driver's seat and cruising. 3 runs in the bottom of the first, 2 in the bottom of the third. Then the 4th, 5th, and 6th have come. Now Martinsburg still has the bottom of the 6th to kind of change the script, if you will, but 1 run in the top of the 4th for the Applemen, 1 on the top of the 5th, and 3 in the top of this 6th inning.
Then Cole Campbell came.
Yes.
Because he has clearly been the difference since replacing Jared Jenkins, as Campbell gave up a sac fly to the first batter that he faced, but hasn't given up anything after that.
Aaron Pearson sits to lead it off for the Dogs. First pitch to him, just a bit outside ball 1. And it does still look that the Dogs have energy in that dugout. Good to see. I still believe they are 100% in this ballgame, which they are. We're basically back to 0. Pearson lifts this one behind the home plate. Bartles coming over, and he will make the basket catch. Looked like he was going to camp right underneath it. Ball a little bit to his left, has to turn the glove over and cradle it like a punt. But he does bring it in for out number 1.
Yeah, very nice play. Catchers don't get a lot of opportunities like that in high school baseball because of foul territory at a lot of ballparks, but he did a nice job making sure where he was, got that mask out of the way, located the ball, and made the play.
And it's so hard to practice that. It's so hard to get those simulations in practice. Darrell Pope now up as he takes strike 1. That one belt high. Probably a little bit off the on the outer portion of the plate. A very good pitch from Campbell. Here comes that 0-1. This one fouled off, hitting the light post right in between the stands and the first base dugout.
John Alderton keeping tally. 2 that have now hit that light post.
Sometimes go an entire season without those being hit. Campbell heading the count 0-2. Here comes that 0-2 to Darrell Pope, and this one lifted into the screen to our right. That one, I believe, actually getting over the screen. Pope stays alive. A big at-bat here. If you're Martinsburg, you'd love to at least get some sort of momentum going in this inning at the plate, even if you don't score a run. Here comes that 0-2 from Pope, driven to the left side. Up with it is Caleb Horner. Has to double clutch, but is able to make a strong throw to Nick Reeves at first for out number 2. Good play by Horner. Wasn't sure he was going to be able to get Pope after he had trouble gripping the ball the way he wanted to at short. Had a double clutch. He gets it in that right hand and makes a phenomenal throw over to first That out going 6-3 for out number 2.
Yeah, very nice job to stay with it, didn't panic, got the grip that he needed, and then made that strong throw.
Cam Burnett now steps in, hoping to spark some 2-out magic here as he takes ball 1 just a bit high. So far on this one, Burnett struck out in the second, flied out to center field in the 4th. Here comes that 1-0. This one driven back to Horner at shortstop. Gets off of him. He is able to run it down and fire over to first and beating Burnett to the bag. A good stretch by Nick Reeves. Horner had that bounce off of the palm of his hand, and he gets mobbed as he goes off the field. He was able to run it down quickly. The ball didn't get too far away from him. Picks it up, makes a pinpoint throw to Nick Reeves at first. A great stretch, and the Dogs go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. It's a do-or-die game in sectional playoff baseball, and we are tied going into the final inning. When we come back, it's Martinsburg 5 and Musselman 5.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
The P.O. Faulkner Park, we're tied at 5 as we are now in the final inning of what would be regulation here, but the way this one's going wouldn't surprise me if we saw extra innings. Back in with the play-by-play. Here's Matt Miller.
Along with Matt Crawford and Caleb Valero back at the studio, John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Top half of inning number 7, and on the hill for Martinsburg, Ryan Barger faced 1 batter. Coming in relief of Grant Harmon in that 6th inning, got the strikeout of Ethan Wilson. Now goes to work on Ben Bartles and misses. Low and outside with ball 1. Bartles taking that next pitch, letter high on the outside edge. It is a called strike, 1-1. Bartles got the 6th inning started where 9 men came to the plate and 3 runs scored to tie it, but he was out on a ground ball. Hits this one sharply on a hop to third. Sign is up with it. Low throw to first, but dug out by Nicholas Wright, and Bartles is retired.
Great pick by Nicholas Wright. Sign short-armed that one a little bit. I think wanted to make sure he didn't overthrow Nicholas Wright at first.
And that's a huge out, because if you make a mistake there and that play is not made, then the momentum continues to build. You saw the reaction of Musselman coming off the field, getting Martinsburg out in that bottom of the 6th. And Devin Moxley fouls the first pitch of the at-bat out of play first base side. 0-1 to him. He's 2 for 3, a couple of singles, and lifts this one in the air, softly into right field, charging, coming in, diving, and making the play is Austin Bartley.
That is a phenomenal play by Austin Bartley. Off the bat, I thought that was going to go into no man's land in shallow right field. I knew that Ashton Stobbs wasn't going to be able to get back quick enough. A great play by Austin Bartley. Those are the plays you got to make if you want to stay in a ball game. That switches momentum right there.
There it is. Got a good read on it. Came in, had the ball right in front of him, and knew he could make that play and made the catch on the dive for out number 2. Now it brings up Nick Reeves with the bases empty. He tries to check his swing at a curveball and does. Pitch misses inside. That's ball 1. So Moxley robbed of what would have been his 3rd hit. Right now, Musselman has 5 runs on 8 hits. No errors. They've left 8-4 in scoring position. Fastball down the middle at the knees to Reeves. Evens it up, a ball and a strike. Martinsburg has their 5 runs on 7 hits. They've committed 2 errors, leaving just 2 on base and both in scoring position. Reeves will take. This pitch misses. Now at 2 balls and a strike.
And if you're Martinsburg, and again, this game is up for grabs right now. We're basically back to 0. But you need Barger to get out of here with the minimal amount of pitches possible.
Swinging a ground ball too short. Harmon has it, and the throw to first, and Reeves retired on just 4 pitches as the ground out will go 6-3, and the side is retired in order. And now let's see if Martinsburg has a little momentum as they'll come to the plate in their last at bat of regulation. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters do. Martinsburg looking for the walk-off win. As we go to the bottom of the 7th, we remind you our score: Martinsburg 5 and Musselman 5.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I'm beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
Here we go to the bottom half of inning number 7 for Martinsburg. A chance for the walk-off win in this elimination game with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due to face Cole Campbell. Has been outstanding in relief of the starter Jared Jenkins. Campbell has not given up a run. He has pitched 4 full innings so far in relief and has allowed just 1 double. He walked 1 and picked that batter off, left the double stranded at third. He has also struck out a pair of batters. Elijah Banks to get it started, number 8 hitter in the order. Big swing and a miss at a breaking pitch for strike 1.
I think he was trying to end the game right there. That was the pitch to do it on, too. That was a breaking ball that finished right over the heart of the plate, just couldn't quite time it up.
Look at the flag out in left, and that breeze that had been blowing out pretty stiff. Still blowing out, but not nearly as strong. A swing and a miss at the 0-1. That went in on the hands of Banks. 0-2 the count. It's been a pair of breaking balls.
And again, they've been breaking balls that have finished right over the heart of the plate. Banks just hasn't been able to time them up.
Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Banks down on just 3 pitches. That will be strikeout number 3 for Campbell in relief. 1 away in the Martinsburg 7th. It'll bring up Austin Bartley. Bartley out of the number 9 spot in the order, 0-for-2 with a fly out to center and a pop out to second. Campbell to the plate, and the pitch fouled off the end of the bats. Back to the backstop just underneath of our broadcast position.
And so far in relief, just 2 base runners have been on for Martinsburg.
And both of them came in the 5th, and we said it then. Grant Harmon, after drawing the walk, got picked off out at second base as Bartley swings and misses. So it's 0-2. And then 1 out later, Ashton Stobbs doubled down into the left field corner. Without the pickoff, Martinsburg still has a 1-run lead in this one. Swinging away, Bartley on the 0-2, pops it up, shallow left center field. Coming in on it, the left fielder, Ethan Wilson. Out the shortstop, Horner, and it's Wilson who makes the grab on the run. 2 down in the inning.
The way the center fielder, left fielder, and shortstop were all conversion on that baseball, I thought there was a chance that thing could drop in for a single. But a good job by Ethan Wilson making up some ground and getting over there to retire Bartley for out number 2.
Base is empty now for Grant Harmon. Wanting to keep this one going for a potential walk-off win in this bottom of the 7th. Otherwise, we're looking at extra innings as Harmon takes for strike 1. Grant, a strikeout victim looking in the 1st, doubled and scored in the 3rd, walked and was picked off in the 5th. Takes this one outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Grant Harmon, very dangerous when he gets on the bases. I know not a good example today getting picked off, but he just needs to find a way on any way he can.
That 1-1 pitch just a bit up and in. Now 2 balls and a strike. Harmon does have a little power. 6 doubles, 6 triples, and 1 home run. The 2-1 pitch Nice pitch from Campbell as he took a little off of it, and that curveball in for a called strike 2.
Deuces are wild, a 2-2 count, 2 outs. So we're in the bottom of inning number 7, just 1 strike away from this one going to extras.
That 2-2 pitch taken for a called strike 3. Came back with that curveball again, and for a second time in this one, Harmon goes down on strikes. 4 Ks now for Cole Campbell, who has been outstanding in relief, and he has now set down the last 7 Bulldogs that he has faced. Are you ready for some extra baseball? We've got it here tonight, going to the 8th inning when we come back, still tied at 5.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face. When someone close to you passes away, it's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Andy Wolf out of the number 8 spot in the order, getting it started here in this top half of the 8th inning. Ryan Barger on the hill for Martinsburg. 4th pitcher of the evening for the Bulldogs, and head coach Aaron Byler. In the first pitch to Wolf, high over the outstretched glove of Pearson, the catcher, and all the way through to the backstop. The Bull Durham pitch, you might call it. 1 ball and no strikes. Wolf up for a 4th time, is 1 for 3, has struck out looking, has hit a pop out to the second baseman and had an RBI single his last time up. Fouls the 1-0 pitch back and out of play, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And this is the point in the game and the point in the season where numbers are becoming a big issue when it comes to pitch count. Barger, I don't think, was in the plan to pitch today for Martinsburg. And if he gets up to 31, they could have some issues if they go on for the win.
1-1 pitch bounced to slowly off the third base side of the mound. Barger off the mound, trying to grab that one with the third baseman Sign coming in and to his left. It ends up going off of Barger. Sign can't make the play. The shortstop Harmon there as well, eventually able to pick it up, and Wolf is safe at first.
Ryan Barger's got to let that ball go. That's such a tough play for him on the chop. Trey Sign has a much better angle at that baseball. He's going to have a better throw when it comes in.
Brings up Sean Hammond, and he will pop up the bunt, and the catch is made by Aaron Pearson as the catcher quickly out, making that basket grab for out number 1.
Nobody can lay down a bunt anymore.
No.
It frustrates me. No, bunting should be such a fundamental part of this game. You should be able to lay a bunt down 9 times out of 10. And this entire season, not just Musselman, not just Martinsburg, no one has been able to lay down a bunt consistently.
Brings up Blake Hartman with 1 down and the runner at first, and Hartman takes a called strike 1. Wolf aboard at first, stretches out his lead as the breaking pitch off the bat of Hartman fouled to the backstop. 0-2 the count. We look back at Wolf's at-bats, figuring a base hit on that one. It was a very tough play for the pitcher Barger as he tried to knock that one down. So the infield hit has a runner at first, and Hartman sends one pretty deep into center field, but back to get it is Darryl Pope. He'll make the grab. 2 away as Wolf stays put at first. Boy, that one came off the bat, sounded pretty good, but not going to carry to the deepest part of the park as Darryl Pope getting back, able to make the play. So 2 outs with the runner at first. It brings up Justin Murphy. That's a big out right there. Hartman was 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles and a walk before that fly out to center. And the first pitch to Murphy in for strike 1. Murphy has been on 3 out of 4 times, reaching on an error, popping out to second, had an RBI single in his last time up, a base on balls. Gets a piece of the 0-1, fouls it out of play first base side. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs with a runner at first. Top of the 8th inning. We're in extras, tied at 5. Barger ready. And the pitch, off-speed grounded on the right side of the infield. Ashton Stobbs over, and it goes right through him, out into right center field. Bartley on it quickly, gets it in, and Musselman will have runners at the corners.
And that was a play, didn't go underneath the glove of Ashton Stobbs. I think it kicked up and went right over top of his glove. So he played that ball perfectly. It just took a weird hop right at the end. Again, he stayed down on that baseball. I think it just popped right over his glove.
It'll be the error to the second baseman that will put runners at the corners. It'll bring up Caleb Horner and Kurt Zarnecki out for a quick conference on the mound. Coming up as we wrap up, we'll get you to Washington Nationals baseball as the Nationals try to snap a 4-game slide, opening a series in L.A. against the Dodgers. That should be a good one tonight as Patrick Corbin goes for the Nationals. Rich Hill on the hill for the Dodgers. That game time is at 10:10. The pregame will get started right around 9:40. And again, we'll get you out there as this one wraps up. Conference on the mound concludes. Here we go with Caleb Horner standing in, takes a fastball high for ball 1. Boy, Horner had a great game yesterday as he pitched 5 innings of 1-hit ball to get the victory. Also had a double and 2 runs batted in at the plate in that win against Spring Mills. Takes this one for a strike. Chance to keep that very strong postseason going with 2 outs and runners at the corners in a tie game here in the 8th inning. Breaking pitch down low and outside. Pearson able to get the glove on it and prevent it from going to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike. If that ball gets by, no doubt about it, Wolf will try to score from third. Here's the pitch on the 2-1, popped foul over the press box, and it's 2-2.
Anybody who keeps up with the pitch count rules, that was pitch number 32 for Ryan Barger.
Now remember, you can go
if the
over.
Batter starts, if you start the batter.
So no doubt Coach Byler and the staff are hoping that Barger can get this out and Martinsburg can win it in the bottom of the 8th. The 2-2 pitch is a fastball missing low and outside, and the count goes full.
You wonder if that mound visit by Coach Zarnecki was not trying to warm somebody up quickly, or if it truly was a scheme call.
Now that 3-2 delivery and the fastball misses high. That is ball 4. Horner draws the base on balls. It will load the bases with Wolf at third, Murphy at second, Horner at first. And now with Ethan Wilson coming to the plate, Ryan Barger stays on the hill.
That was a tough call for Coach Aaron Byler.
Off-speed pitch working low and outside. That is ball 1. Well, the game-tying run was walked in with 2 outs in the 6th inning. We've got 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the 8th inning, and the pitch, a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Wilson fooled by that one, tried to check, but clearly went through the zone. I think it would have been a strike anyway based on where that pitch crossed. 1-1 delivery. There's that curveball down in the dirt. Again, Pearson blocking that pitch. 2-1 now to Wilson. Wilson looking for his first hit tonight. Is flied out to center, popped out to the pitcher, popped out to the first baseman in foul territory, and is struck out swinging. Takes this pitch off the outside corner, and it's 3 balls and a strike.
Nowhere to put him.
Brian Collins, our plate umpire, flinched but did not make the call. It missed outside. Now that 3-1, ball 4 high, and it's a bases-loaded walk that will bring in the go-ahead run, just like a bases-loaded walk, brought in the game-tying run. 6-5, now the lead for Musselman. Wolf scores from third. The bases remain loaded. Murphy at third, Horner at second, Wilson at first, and it brings up Ben Bartles. Oh, what a tough way for this one to be going for the Bulldogs, who had a 5-0 lead after 3. Here's a strike to Bartles to get the at-bat started. Ben looking for his first hit tonight has flied out to left, grounded out to short, grounded out to second, and grounded out to third. Here's a pitch down low and outside. Pearson able to backhand that one, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pearson just saved another run right there. It's a phenomenal backhanded stab.
Here's that 1-1 pitch, fouled into the netting just to the right of our position. Count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the right side of the press box looking at the field, so off that first base side behind home plate. The 1 ball, 2 strike delivery. Here it comes. Breaking ball misses high. 2-2. And you hate to go 3-2 after what we've already seen. And again, the damage done with 2 outs in the inning. The error and then a couple of walks leading to the go-ahead run scoring. And the 2-2 pitch misses high. That is ball 3.
Once again, nowhere to put it.
The base is loaded. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Bartle. There go the runners. Pitch to the plate, hit in the air, high, pretty deep into center field. Darrell Pope moving back on it, is under it and makes the grab to retire the side. Wow, Bartles put a pretty good charge into that one. Nice play by Darrell Pope to go back and get it. It brings the inning to a close, but Musselman breaks the tie thanks to the bases-loaded walk to Ethan Wilson, scoring Andy Wolf. And as we go to the bottom of the 8th, Martinsburg now needs a run to tie, 2 for the walk-off win, and they'll have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters do. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the score: Musselman 6, Martinsburg 5.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, you know, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
An elimination game. They now find themselves down 6-5. First time they've trailed in this game.
Matt, where have we seen this Musselman team do this before? Just last year. I'm talking seeding, this time in the playoffs. This was the team that knocked off Hedgesville last year in the sectional round. Hedgesville, the #1 team in the section last year. Again, this game far from over. Still 3 outs to go here in the bottom of inning number 8. But it's the Musselman team that looking to do this for the 2nd straight year.
Nicholas Wright standing in, the #2 hitter in the Bulldog order, getting the bottom of the 8th started. Left-hand batter, right-hand pitcher in the first pitch, low and outside, ball 1. Wright had a home run in the first inning, an RBI single in the 3rd inning. Last time up in the 5th, he struck out swinging. That was against Campbell. Campbell delivers, and the pitch misses down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. So Wright up for a 4th time. Big at bat here. Want to get the lead off on, down by a run. Wright takes, and that one on the inside edge. It is a strike, 2-1.
Wright, a home run in the first, an RBI single would come around to score in the 3rd. A strikeout victim in inning number 5.
The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Now 2-2. That pitch up just a little bit. Wright went after it. Now the break even is due. Campbell's been working pretty quickly. Gets that sign from Bartles. Here it comes. Off-speed pitch and a foul ball. Wright got a piece of it and went in and out of the mid of Bartles. You could see the reaction of Bartles. Oh, that he could not hang on to it. So another opportunity for Nicholas Wright. Ashton Stobbs due next, and then Trey Sign in the hole. This is the part of the order you want up in this situation.
Yep.
Here comes that 2-2, and a nice job by Wright to stay back on that breaking pitch and foul it into the screen off the third base side. May have gotten over everything.
And you would love to have somebody on base with Ashton Stobbs standing in the on-deck circle. 3 doubles on the day.
Again, a 2-2 pitch is due. Wright chokes up on the bat slightly and spins out of the way of a fastball up and in. That is ball 3. Count has gone full, and this will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. That means this will be about the 70th pitch for Cole Campbell. Here comes that 3-2 swing and a miss. He got him on the breaking ball.
What a great breaking ball that was, too, going after him with a couple of straight fastballs and just working in that breaking ball perfectly, starting over the heart of the plate, then breaking inside. And Cole Campbell, it seems like he's gotten better as this game has gone on and has gotten better in these bigger situations.
5 Ks in the ball game now for Cole Campbell. Nobody on, 1 out. Ashton Stobbs the batter, and he takes low and outside for ball 1. Stobbs 3 for 3, 3 doubles and a run scored. Martinsburg needs him to get on here. And the pitch, and it is hit very high in the air into straightaway left field. Ethan Wilson coming in now, backpedaling a little bit, and makes the play. That one hit so high, he had to keep moving underneath of it to make sure that he could stay underneath of it. And there's 2 outs in the inning.
Martinsburg down to their final out, possibly of the season. And it'll be up to Trey Sign to try to get some 2-out life here going for the Dogs. Scoreless over the last 4 innings after getting 3 in the first and 2 in the third.
Trey Sign with an RBI single his first time up has added a sac fly. Last time up, a fly out to right, and he swings at the first pitch and fouls it to the netting just under us. Sign 1 for 2 in the ball game. Batting here with 2 outs, nobody on. It's a 6-5 Musselman lead, bottom half of the 8th inning. Last chance for Martinsburg. The 0-1 pitch, here it comes. Breaking pitch snaps in there for a called strike 2. Sign did not think that one was going to be a strike. Kind of hopped around in the batter's box as it snapped across the zone.
Anything close here, if you're Trey Sign, you got to take a cutout. Just live to see another pitch.
The 0-2 on the way. Taken for a called strike 3 on the inside corner, and here come the Musselman Applemen out of the dugout first base side to congratulate Cole Campbell. He pitched a great one coming out of the bullpen, replacing the starter Jared Jenkins, and as a result, Musselman ends up getting the victory as they rally from a 5-0 deficit, scoring 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, and the game-winning run on a bases-loaded walk in the top of the 8th inning. And this one goes to Musselman, eliminating Martinsburg by the final of 6-5. We'll come back and tell you all about it as we get into our post-game show. It's being brought to you by The Final Score. They're at 1517 Winchester Avenue, just south of Martinsburg. Plenty of screens to watch the games, pool tables, trivia nights, and great food and drink selections. Why not meet your friends at The Final Score? Again, our final score in 8 innings, Musselman 6 and Martinsburg 5. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
When you're hurting, we're here. When things are confusing, we're here. When you need answers, we're here. Brown Funeral Home. We've been caring for families like yours for generations, since 1880. Whether you want to plan ahead or you need us now. Our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson. We're here when you need us.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 south in Chambersburg.
game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the postgame show. So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Valero back at the studio. We're in the Procter & Gamble broadcast booth. For information on a career with Procter & Gamble in Berkeley County, visit pgcareers.com. And we get into our final score post-game show as we recap the scoring in this one. Wow, what a game. Matt, as you said earlier, it was really a tale of two halves of the game. And, Musselman won their half by one more run. Then Martinsburg won theirs. It was the Bulldogs who went out to the 5-0 lead after 3 innings. Martinsburg scored 3 in the first as Nicholas Wright had a home run. Ashton Stobbs followed with a double. Trey Sine brought him in with an RBI single, and Sine later scored on a wild pitch, and Martinsburg had the early lead. After neither team scored in the second, Martinsburg plated a couple of more runs in the third inning, a leadoff double for Grant Harmon. Nicholas Wright followed with an RBI single. Ashton Stobbs with a double, and then Trey Sine, the sacrifice fly, that brought in the second run. Martinsburg left a runner stranded at third, though, in that inning, and that runner left there at third base with 2 outs in the frame. Meanwhile, that made it 5-0, and then the comeback began for Musselman in the top half of the fourth inning. A double for Caleb Horner got it started, and with 2 outs in the inning, Devin Moxley delivered the RBI single that put them on the board. Go to the fifth inning, and with 2 outs, Blake Hartman doubled. Justin Murphy followed with an RBI single. Musselman had another run on the board, still down by 3 as they came to the plate in the sixth inning. They sent 9 batters to the plate with 1 out. Devin Moxley singled, Nick Reeves singles, Andy Wolf delivers an RBI single, a strikeout of Sean Hammond for the second out. Martinsburg's going to get out of the inning, right? Wrong. Blake Hartman walks, Justin Murphy walks, Caleb Horner draws a base on balls with the bases loaded, ultimately bringing in that game-tying run. 3 runs score in the frame, and we'll go into extra innings as neither team could score in the 7th. And then in the top of the 8th inning, an infield single from Andy Wolf got it all started. Sean Hammond tried to bunt him ahead, but popped it up. And then Blake Hartman with a fly out to center. And again, you thought the Dogs were out of the inning. Justin Murphy grounds one up the middle. Ashton Stobbs could not make the play. The error opened the floodgates, if you will, as Caleb Horner walked. And then with the bases loaded, Ethan Wilson walked. And that brings in what proves to be the game-winning run as Musselman wins it 6-5. Matt, no way anybody in P.O. Faulkner Park could see that coming the way this game started.
No, absolutely. There's after the first 3 innings, you're thinking, all right, this isn't going to be a blowout. But Martinsburg clearly with their foot on the pedal in the driver's seat, and it looks like they're going to go on and eliminate Musselman. It's going to be a phenomenal series against, hopefully a series, at least one more game against Hedgesville, and that was kind of what you saw. But then the 4th and 5th, when they got the back-to-back runs, and you just thought that Musselman was starting to gain some momentum. And the one thing I don't think anybody saw was how phenomenal, and I don't use that word often, but phenomenal Cole Campbell was tonight. Came in with a 10.4 ERA. He went 6 innings, only gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 6. I mean, he was absolutely fantastic when the freshman Jared Jenkins just didn't quite have the stuff tonight. So hats off to him. He had a absolutely fantastic game, and Martinsburg, once he came in, just couldn't quite find what they needed to at the plate to continue going in this one.
Yeah, Campbell certainly did what he needed to do, and then Musselman at the plate able to mount the rally. The 3 runs in that 6th inning, so huge as they got it tied, and then the game winner on the bases-loaded walk in the 8th. Missed opportunities for Martinsburg. You had a pickoff of Grant Harmon in the 5th inning. Ultimately, Ashton Stobbs later doubled. If Harmon does not get picked off, they get a run there. And then you look at the fact that the game-tying and the game-winning runs both came in on bases-loaded walks. And Martinsburg hurting after this one, but it was their own mistakes that ultimately were their own undoing. All right, let's take our final break in our final score postgame show. We'll come back and run the numbers from this one and then get ready for maybe a little bit of CBS Sports Radio before Washington Nationals baseball comes your way at about 9:40. Final score in this one, again, it's Musselman 6 and Martinsburg 5.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
He literally saved my life. It's just mind-boggling to me that he was able to do what he did.
We're able to affect much more of a difference for our patients with these resources.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
They treat you great, and they're down to earth in the West Virginia way that all West Virginians treat each other.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Back a final time here tonight and here this season at P.O. Faulkner Park as we put the finishing touches on this one by looking at the numbers from tonight's game, a service of Dynamark Atlantic Security. Hey, don't become a statistic. Protect your family and home with the local alarm professionals at Dynamark Atlantic Security. They have the solutions to meet your needs and local monitoring, too. To learn more, call Ben Copenaver at 304-671-2158. Now let's begin with the pitching totals. Martinsburg sent 4 guys to the mound in this one. Darrell Pope, the starter, gave up just a run on 2 hits in 3 1/3 innings, struck out 1, did not walk a batter, got pulled at 49 pitches as Martinsburg was hoping to be able to kind of save him for later in the postseason. Austin Wallen came in, ended up allowing 2 runs on 4 hits in 2 innings, did not strike out a batter, walked 1. Grant Harmon in relief, just a third of an inning, 2 runs allowed on 2 hits. He would strike out 1 but walked 3, including 1 with the bases loaded. And then Ryan Barger, 2 1/3 innings in relief, gave up a run on a hit. It was an unearned run. He struck out 1 but walked 2, and those 2 walks were back-to-back, and 1 with the bases loaded ultimately brought in the game-winning run. Jared Jenkins, the freshman in the start for Musselman, gave up 5 runs on 6 hits in 2+ innings. He would strike out 3, did not walk a batter. Cole Campbell gets the win in relief. 6 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 6 Ks, and 1 base on balls. Musselman tallied 9 hits. Blake Hartman had 2 of those, a couple of doubles and a run scored. He reached on a walk as well. Justin Murphy had an RBI single. He twice reached on errors and on a walk as well. He was on base 4 out of 5 times that he was up. Caleb Horner had a double and a run scored. He drew a bases loaded walk that tied it in the 6th inning. And Ethan Wilson, while he didn't get a hit, Matt, his bases loaded walk in the 8th inning is the difference in this one.
As big as they come. Base hit, ball 4 is the old motto, right?
There it is. Nick Reeves did have a single and a run scored. Devin Moxley, a couple of hits, a run scored and a run driven in. Andy Wolf had a couple of base hits in 4 trips to the plate as well. He had an RBI. Meanwhile, for Martinsburg, 7 hits in all. Grant Harmon had a double and a walk and a run scored. Nicholas Wright, a home run and a single and 2 runs batted in, scored a couple as well. Ashton Stobbs, 3 doubles in 4 trips to the plate. He came around to score a run. Trey Sine had an RBI single and a sacrifice fly. He scored a run as well. But that was it. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 spots in the order. Did not get on base in this game at all. Final totals for the Musselman Applemen: 6 runs on 9 hits with no errors. They stranded 11 base runners and left 6 of those in scoring position. For Martinsburg, 5 runs on 7 hits, committing 3 errors. They left only 2 on base, both in scoring position. Campbell with the win is now 1-3. Hard to believe that was his first win on the year. 0-3 when he came in, as you said, with an over 10 ERA.
Yeah, I can't express enough how great of a game he had on the mound, and hopefully that's fuel for the team as they're going to have to try to upset Hedgesville again this year, and it's just what Musselman does apparently. It's the second year in a row that they have upset the #1 team in the section. Did it to the Hedgesville Eagles last year, done it to the Martinsburg Bulldogs this year, and while the dog season is over, this is adding a lot of intrigue to the next match that we will have possibly tomorrow night. Again, weather pending, not looking like it, but the next time we are out, it's going to be at Hedgesville with Musselman taking on the Eagles.
Let's finish out the totals. Barger falls to 2-1 with the lost time of the game, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Martinsburg ends their season at 23-10, while Musselman, now 15-12, advances on to what for them is another elimination game, and that, as you just mentioned, will be tomorrow night, weather permitting. That will be at Hedgesville, and a Hedgesville win will give them the sectional championship and advance them on to the best-of-3 regional tournaments. And so we'll see how it plays out again, weather permitting tomorrow night, and that will be out at Hedgesville as the higher seed, the 2 seed, against the 4 seed Musselman. We'll be out there at Eagle Field tomorrow night to bring you that action if they're able to play. If not, well, as we get the information from the folks out at Hedgesville, from Aaron Whitford, from Eric Grove, we'll pass that along to you. And if not tomorrow, possibly on Saturday, a Hedgesville win. They're the champions. Musselman's got to do what they did tonight 2 more times.
Yep.
Can they do it? We'll find out. We mentioned it earlier. They had won 2 games in a row 6 different times this season, but never won that 3rd straight. They've now done it for a 7th time. Can they finally win 3 in a row?
What did I tell you coming into the pregame show? When it comes to elimination games and when it comes to playoff baseball, the records go out the window. Any stat you have goes out the window. It's who is playing good at a certain time, and tonight it was Musselman.
Musselman made the plays. They get the come-from-behind win and eliminate Martinsburg. Well, that wraps up our post-game show, brought to you by the final score at 1517 Winchester Avenue, just south of Martinsburg. Well, stay tuned for Washington Nationals baseball. They're on the West Coast, opening a series tonight against the LA Dodgers, and the pregame coming up at about 9:40, so just about 10 minutes from now. Thanks to each of our sponsors supporting our coverage of high school baseball. Thank you for joining us at each of our broadcast and telecast entities. Thanks to both head coaches providing information and interviews, and thanks to all the staff and folks here at P.O. Faulkner Park for their help, their support, their hospitality with tonight's broadcast coverage. For John Alderton, our TV10 cameraman, for Caleb Falero at the studio, and for my partner Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller, reminding you our final tonight in 8 innings. It is Musselman 6 and Martinsburg 5. Until tomorrow, so long, everyone.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Miller Honda, Cox Holiday Professionals CPAs, the Brown Funeral Homes, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Marius Group at Ameriprise Financial, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Parsons Ford, Bechtel Jewelers, Procter & Gamble, PGCareers.com, W.H. Miller Systems, D&N Auto, The Mortgage Center, the Hagerstown Suns, Haas's Steak and Sea, Bears Repair, The Final Score, and Atlantic Security.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talk radio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.